My childhood best friend had autism. Since we were little, he saw me as his only light. But when we grew up, I avoided him because of his condition. Not until he rushed into the fire with me, ready to die together, did I finally understand how deeply he loved me with his autistic and stubborn nature. So after being reborn back to our college years, I immediately ran to the school gates to find him. The moment he saw me appear, the still lake in Nathan's eyes suddenly rippled. His gaze locked onto me, as if I was the only one in his world. But he remembered what I'd said before, forbidding him from appearing in front of me. Nathan lifted his foot to step back, planning to leave. But his mind and legs had different ideas. He took one step back, then froze in place, lowering his head to whisper an apology. I was stunned for a moment, not understanding why he was apologizing to me. I also never expected our first words after reuniting would be an apology. After speaking, Nathan silently stared at the ground, retreating back into his own world. I'd known since childhood that he had autism. Before we knew each other, he wouldn't even speak. He'd stare at the floor all day in a silent daze. No matter what Nathan's parents said to him, he wouldn't react. The doctor said it was because he was lost in his own world. But as soon as I appeared before him, his eyes would definitely follow me. After that, I accompanied him through treatment for a while. His condition improved significantly. He was willing to speak. But after we cut ties, I rarely heard news about him. I didn't know how his recovery was going. I looked at Nathan, gently asking, "Were you looking for me?" Nathan kept his head down, staring at the ground, staying silent. I wasn't in a hurry, just quietly waiting. After 3 full minutes, he finally nodded slightly. I softened my voice again, asking, "Do you need something?" Nathan shook his head. I stood there awkwardly, remembering in my past life when the fire happened, Nathan had rushed into the flames, choosing to die with me. My resistance toward him had lessened somewhat. But meeting him again after rebirth, I found myself at a loss for words, not knowing what to say for a moment. The air fell into a strange silence. I scratched my head, not knowing how to break the ice. Nathan stared at the ground as if in a trance, looking like he could stand there all day. But the Emperor wasn't as anxious as the eunuch. The driver standing next to the car, watching our situation, was burning with anxiety inside. "Miss, please. You come to Mr. Lucas's school gates every week to look, and now you finally meet him. Why can't you talk? Just say, 'I missed you,' would work." Suddenly Nathan's stomach growled, breaking the stiff, awkward atmosphere. I smiled and asked, "Are you hungry? Haven't had lunch yet?" Nathan's long lashes trembled slightly. His head finally lifted from the ground, looking at me questioningly. Hungry," he said softly, then continued staring at the ground in a daze. I slapped my forehead, almost forgetting his thinking was different from others. Normal people would eat when hungry. But this wasn't in his awareness. I smiled, taking his hand. "Let's go. I'll take you to lunch." With that, I pulled him toward the cafeteria. Nathan was startled slightly, slowly looking down at our clasped hands. The corner of his mouth lifted in a barely visible angle. The driver saw us leaving and quickly followed, to prevent anything unexpected happening to the miss. The master and madam had instructed to stay close and not leave the miss's side. When we arrived at the cafeteria, it was right at peak dismissal time. Seeing a beautiful girl walk in, all the students simultaneously looked over, with everyone's gazes. I didn't feel anything. But Nathan uncomfortably pressed his lips tight. His body also leaned closer to me. Seeing Nathan frown, the driver behind thought this wasn't good. Immediately accelerated to a small jog over. I turned to look at Nathan, gently asking, "What do you like to eat?" Nathan's head began throbbing in waves. His brows filled with restlessness. My voice suddenly cut in, making him pause for a moment. Right after, the anxiety in him eased. He stared at me intently, not answering my question. I knew his nature, didn't expect him to answer either. Just felt bad ignoring him. So I kept rambling, talking to myself. "I remember, you always liked taking the braised pork from my bowl to eat. Do you still like braised pork?" Hearing me speak, Nathan's chest felt like a spring breeze had blown through, suppressing his restless emotions. His furrowed brow gradually relaxed, as if his eyes could only hold me. All the surrounding gazes became meaningless. The driver saw Nathan's emotions calm down again. His feet that had run out several meters abruptly stopped, his eyes full of amazement. When the miss had episodes or hurt herself, or hurt those around her, each time took enormous effort to finally calm her down. But this time with Mr. Lucas, she calmed down in less than 2 minutes. Now he finally understood why the madam always mentioned Mr. Lucas. At the cafeteria's serving counter, I ordered myself eggplant and potatoes, along with braised pork. Ordered the same for Nathan. But considering he ate little, I reduced his potato portion, of course using my student card. All right, now we carry our trays to the table. Let's eat over there. I held his hand, teaching him how to carry the tray. As soon as I pulled my hand from Nathan's, his brows immediately furrowed. He put his hand back into my palm. When wrapped in warm hands, his brow relaxed. I pulled my hand away. You need to carry the tray now. Can't hold hands. Nathan immediately grabbed my withdrawn hand again. He grabbed it again. After several back and forths, he wouldn't let go. I felt helpless with his difficulty communicating. This was also why I disliked him before. The past me would have lost patience already. But now I had more patience than before. Hold hands, then hold hands. But Nathan saw me frown, his heart sank. A hard-to-detect panic appeared in his expression. He knew this was a sign I was getting angry. Because he wasn't listening. I would hate him. But he couldn't control himself. He wanted to hold my hand. Hold it forever. But I would hate him, would tell him to leave. Would never speak to him again. Nathan thought of these things. His head began throbbing again, like several needles stabbing simultaneously. So painful he clenched his fist, punching hard at his temple. This sudden action startled me. Even the driver watching from afar. He rushed over quickly. I hurriedly pulled Nathan's hand back, saying, it's okay, it's okay. We won't let go, we'll keep holding like this. The driver with this situation was clearly very experienced. Taking a pill bottle from his pocket to give him medicine. Miss, I have medicine, taking it will stop the pain. Nathan ignored the driver. After a long while he slowly reacted. Staring at me, voice hoarse, asking, really? I was stunned before remembering our earlier topic. Quickly raising our clasped hands before his eyes. Really, look, Nathan saw this. His lips pressed together, lifting slightly, stopping the head hitting. His other hand also lowered, obediently standing beside me. The driver froze again. First time seeing the miss have an episode then recover so quickly. This time didn't even need medicine. Seeing me carrying the tray with one hand, the driver immediately reached to take it. Mr. Lucas, let me do it. You and Miss just go sit over there. I saw using one hand was really inconvenient. Nodded in agreement. Then thank you. Thank you. After speaking, I led Nathan to a corner table to sit down. The driver soon brought both meals over. I nodded to the driver in thanks. Haven't you had lunch either? How about I give you my card? You go get a meal. The driver quickly shook her head. No need, no need. I'll eat bread later. I knew the Watson family had many rules. Didn't insist. I sat down and handed Nathan chopsticks. Let's eat. Nathan looked at the chopsticks, then at me. After a moment, he slowly took the chopsticks. I also used my left hand to hold chopsticks and began eating. I wasn't left-handed. It's just that Nathan before was like now. Even eating, he had to hold my hand. After many times, I'd trained the skill of eating with my left hand. Nathan ate very slowly. Each bite of food had to be chewed thoroughly for a long time. He'd even space out while eating. I turned to look at him. Saw him pick up a piece of meat with chopsticks but freeze. Knowing he was daydreaming again. That wasn't good for his health. I reminded him. Nathan, eat first. He heard my voice, his lashes fluttering. Slowly putting the meat in his mouth, while I was quietly eating. A pair of chopsticks reached toward my plate. Taking a piece of eggplant, I looked at Nathan. Didn't you still have eggplant on your side? Nathan didn't speak. taking another piece of potato from my plate. I laughed helplessly, just pushed my plate closer to him. After finishing lunch, it was nearly 1 o'clock. The Watson family was in Willow City, while I attended university in Cloud City, though neighboring cities. Driving back would take over 4 hours. If we didn't leave now, it would be late. I walked Nathan to the school gate, telling the driver, "Please take him home." The driver waved. "This is my job. Mr. Lucas doesn't need to be so polite." Nathan heard my words. He knew we were about to part. His hand holding mine tightened again. I felt the force in his grip, looking up just in time to see his reluctant gaze. Over the past 10+ years, I'd often seen this look. I struggled a bit, remembering my past life. The last meeting had the same look. My voice softened several degrees. "You need to go home now. If you don't, your mom will worry." Nathan shook his head. I patted his head, smiling. "Be good. Listen." His eyes brightened. The stubbornness also eased. Lucas patted my head again. Before, when I coaxed him to do something, I always patted his head. But in middle school my gesture was mocked by friends. I never patted his head again. "Go on. Text me when you get home safely. Okay?" Text. Nathan's attention was redirected, intently asking, "Will Lucas reply?" I nodded. Once. Hearing this, Nathan's lips pressed slightly, though his face remained stiff. But I still saw the tiny curve of his mouth. Knowing he was happy, Nathan sat properly in the back seat, letting the driver take him home. Mom said if you miss someone, you can text them. But he'd sent many to Lucas. He never replied. But Lucas said this time he would reply. He clutched the phone in his palm, excited to get home quickly to text me. After seeing Nathan off, I returned to the dorm. Just entering the room, Ryan came grinding his teeth. Honest confession gets leniency. Resistance gets severe punishment. Speak. Where did you kidnap that beauty? I was puzzled. What beauty? Ryan glanced at me. The one in the cafeteria with you. The room next door told me. Said you were eating with a beauty in the cafeteria. Heard there was also a woman, willing to be a lapdog, carrying food for you and that beauty. Ryan's barrage made me seriously aware how rumors are born. I immediately denied. What nonsense. She's just my friend, and that woman is just her family's driver. I wasn't playing between two women. Ryan made a gesture of interlocking fingers, face full of disbelief. Friends hold hands like that? I helplessly explained to him. We weren't interlocking fingers. Plus her situation is a bit special. She has autism. Sometimes you have to coax her. Otherwise she'll have an episode. Ryan's first reaction was the same as others when learning Nathan had the condition. Shock, sympathy, pity. Such a beautiful girl. Her looks could easily beat all the girls in our school. Who knew she had a mental condition? Ryan clicked his tongue twice, feeling it was a shame. My heart felt a bit uncomfortable. I'd heard before too, others gossiping about Nathan. Back then I didn't care. But hearing it today, my heart felt some discomfort. On the other side, Nathan arrived home at 6 p.m. Sophie received the driver's call saying they were almost there, already stretching her neck waiting at the door. Very quickly, a black car slowly stopped at the main gate. Sophie immediately went to greet them. Seeing her daughter staring at her phone lost in thought, she was familiar with this situation. Her daughter spacing out wouldn't notice her, but she still habitually spoke by her ear. Who knows, maybe talking enough would cure her daughter. Nathan, did you have fun today? Are you hungry? Mom will make dinner right away. Make your favorite braised pork, okay? Nathan, let's get out of the car first. We can think more at home, okay? Nathan's eyes moved, waking from her daze. Sophie happily looked at her child, thinking her daughter would answer her. Nathan quickly got out and hurried into the house. Sophie didn't understand Nathan's actions. Also followed her child inside. Nathan only stood in the entryway, not stepping further inside, her thumb pressing repeatedly on the screen, then staring at the phone in a daze again. Her child's behavior was strange, but Sophie still noticed the corner of her mouth curving. This was a sign she was happy, her daughter was happy. As a mother she naturally felt happy too. grinning while looking at her child's phone, wanting to know what she was doing. But after scanning the screen content, her upturned mouth suddenly froze. On screen was the chat page with Lucas. The newest message was what Nathan just sent. Got home. Above were all messages she'd sent. Light rain today, sunny today, heavy rain today. These had something in common. Before their messages, all had a bright red exclamation mark. Because I'd deleted her contact long ago. But Nathan didn't understand what this exclamation mark meant. Still occasionally sending me messages. If it were a normal person, how could they not understand the meaning? But not her daughter. Sophie's eyes stung, covering her mouth sobbing. Nathan, let's eat first, okay? Who knows? After eating, Lucas might reply. Her voice choked, gently coaxing her daughter, reaching to lead her to the sofa. Her hand just touched Nathan's arm. She dodged aside, frowning. Lucas said he'd reply. So I have to wait. If Lucas knows I'm not waiting, not being good, he won't pay attention to me anymore. Like last time when I wasn't good and listened. Never seeing Lucas again, seeing her agitated emotions, Sophie immediately compromised, panicking. Okay. You wait, no dinner yet. 3 hours passed, watching Nathan still standing at the entrance, staring at her phone, refusing to come in. Also not eating. Sophie threw herself into her husband's arms, sobbing. William patted his wife's shoulder, comforting her not to worry. Nathan's done this more than once or twice. She'll be fine soon. You eat something. Don't ruin your health. How can I not worry? Before, when Nathan sent messages, at most she'd put down the phone after an hour. But it's been 3 hours now. Sophie quickly took her phone. No. I have to call Lucas. Hearing this, William frowned. What are you doing? We already promised never to bother that boy again. Sophie cried out. I can't care about that anymore. Seeing our daughter like this, how can a mother be indifferent? She immediately dialed. At this time I was gaming with Ryan. Seeing Sophie's call, I paused. Remembering the last time I saw Aunt Sophie was still in high school during college. Aunt Sophie occasionally called me, but only talked about Nathan, because she refused treatment during episodes, wanting me to persuade her. But I refused each time, because I didn't want to see Nathan again. Gradually Sophie rarely called me. Now she was calling. Could Nathan be having another episode? Thinking this, I quickly answered, Aunt Sophie. Sophie's voice mixed with crying. Lucas, I know Nathan doesn't understand things. She hurt you before, you hating her is right. But only you can persuade Nathan. Not wanting to see her is fine. Just say a few words to her, so she'll cooperate with treatment. Hearing her cry, I quickly comforted, Auntie. What's wrong with Nathan? Tell me. I'll see if I can help. Sophie looked at Nathan still standing at the entrance, tears streaming. She came home today and just stared at her phone, standing at the entrance for 3 hours without moving. Didn't even eat dinner. She sent you a message. I know you blocked her, but she doesn't understand. I paused, just remembering this indeed happened. That angry time in high school. I deleted all her contacts, long forgetting I'd told Nathan to text me when she got home. I would reply. She was staring at her phone. Was she waiting for my text? I immediately said, Auntie, send me Nathan's number. I'll add her back as a friend. Sophie, hearing I'd help persuade Nathan, quickly sent me the number. Also helped Nathan accept the friend verification. Nathan's avatar was the system default. A gray figure. Really suited her personality. I smiled, then texted her. Got home already? I pretended not to know about her standing at the entrance for 3 hours. The chat suddenly showed a new message. Nathan's dim, lifeless eyes suddenly brightened, her mouth corners lifting. Lucas replied to me. Lucas misses me too. Half an hour later she emerged from the joy, slowly replying with one word, M. This time she didn't wait long. I replied almost immediately. Have you eaten dinner yet? Remember to eat. Dinner? Nathan looked up confused, meeting Sophie and William's worried gazes. She couldn't read them, but still spoke. Need to eat dinner. Sophie was overjoyed, wiping tears and rushing to the kitchen. Mom will heat up dinner right away. William saw his daughter recover. His mood also very happy. But on the other hand felt a bit sad. The daughter raised for over 10 years wouldn't listen to him. Only listened to Lucas. Should this be called arms turning outward? But this sadness quickly disappeared. He waved to Nathan. Nathan. Eating dinner means sitting at the table. Nathan slowly walked over. Her eating movements were deliberate. And very planned. First bite always rice. How much rice with what dish? How much to pick up all had requirements. These actions looked strange to others. But Sophie didn't care, as long as her daughter would eat. 15 minutes later, only one piece of eggplant left on the plate. Nathan picked it up, combined with the last bit of rice in her bowl. Precisely calculated, plate and bowl empty at the same time. She put down her chopsticks. Immediately took her phone to report to me. Finished dinner. I replied right away. Good job, receiving praise. Nathan's mouth corners happily lifted. Her expression seeming to hide some pride. Then turned to go upstairs. Sophie gripped her husband's arm tightly, excitedly telling him, "Honey." Before when I called Lucas he always refused. But now he agreed to help. Does this mean he forgave Nathan? If I ask him to go with Nathan to the hospital for treatment, would he agree? William patted his wife's shoulder. Don't rush. Take it slow, observe a few more days. This way avoiding hope then disappointment. On the other side in the student dorm, I drowsily fell asleep. Scenes from my past life appeared in my mind again. The intersection with two cars colliding. The ground covered in horrifying red blood. Though my vision was blurry, I could still make out that person's general shape. Nathan holding me tight, not fearing the fierce flames at all. The surrounding fire illuminating her face. Those clear eyes filled only with my reflection. Until the great fire swallowed us both. I jolted awake, my back drenched in cold sweat. Why did I dream of our past life death scene? I wiped the sweat from my forehead, picking up the phone beside my pillow. The time showed 3 a.m. About to go back to sleep, vaguely remembering Nathan from the dream. When I woke up, as if possessed, I sent her a message. Still awake? Coming to my senses, I slapped my forehead, about to recall the message. Already received a response from the other side. Nathan replied to me. Not yet. I looked at the message blinking, confirming I wasn't seeing wrong. The time was 3 a.m. not 3 p.m. Waking from the dream, I suddenly wanted to chat with her. Why aren't you sleeping yet? What are you doing? Nathan replied immediately. Lying in bed. I was puzzled. Doing what in bed? After a moment I remembered. Normal people lying in bed would be on their phone or doing something else. But when she lay in bed, she was just lying there. Doing nothing at all. Probably spacing out. When I was 8 years old, Nathan once slept over at my house. Well, slept over. Really, she just clung to me and wouldn't go home. Sophie had just separated us. When Nathan started hitting her head and screaming, having an episode. There was no other way. So we had to let her stay at my house. Back then she and I shared a bed. That night at midnight, I woke up because I wet the bed. Opening my eyes, I saw her wide round eyes, just staring at me. I asked her, "Why aren't you sleeping?" Little Nathan's speech wasn't even fluent yet. Stammering, "I am sleeping." I put my small hand over her eyes. No. Sleeping means closing your eyes. Like this. Seeing her eyes move, I immediately said, "Don't open them." Little Nathan obediently didn't move. I was satisfied and closed my eyes again. Gradually we both fell asleep. I remembered that time. Chuckling softly twice. Texting her. Sleeping means closing your eyes. Nathan immediately replied, "I know. Lucas taught me already." Somehow, I always felt this sentence carried some pride. Then close your eyes and sleep nicely now. I sent a sticker of Mama Bear patting Baby Bear's head, coaxing to sleep, though she wouldn't understand. But I thought this sticker was very fitting at this moment, so I sent it. Receiving the sticker, Nathan was indeed puzzled for a moment. She understood each word, but didn't understand what these images meant. But it seemed like head patting. Her eyes suddenly brightened, like stars twinkling in the night sky. Lucas wanted to pat her head. In the darkness, her cheeks flushed red, staring at that sticker for a long time. So long that I fell asleep again. The phone screen beside my pillow lit up. Also a head-patting sticker. Sent over. The next day I was catching up on sleep in bed. The phone chimed with a message notification. Groggily feeling for the phone. It was from Sophie. Have you and Nathan finished lunch? I heard Cloud City has rain today. After eating, let her come back early. Having lunch with Nathan? I rubbed my eyes. Blearily replying, Auntie, did you send to the wrong person? A second later Sophie's call came through. Before I could speak, the other side anxiously asked. Nathan went to Cloud City early this morning. She didn't look for you? My drowsiness half cleared. Sitting up in bed, she came to find me. I don't know, don't worry Auntie. I'll go check the school gate now. After speaking I hurriedly climbed out of bed. If she came, she'd probably still be at the school gate. I quickly changed clothes and ran from the dorm, running to the cherry blossom tree by the school gate. Sure enough I saw a familiar figure. I ran quickly, panting as I reached Nathan. Why didn't you tell me when you arrived? The moment I came outside, Nathan's gaze locked onto me. Eyes constantly sparkling. Lucas came out to see her again. But hearing my question, she immediately pressed her lips anxiously. Eyes not daring to look straight at me. I didn't rush her either. Quietly waiting for her answer. Nathan's fingers kept rubbing. This was her habit when anxious. She sneaked a glance at me. Seeing I was still waiting for her after half an hour, she finally pressed her lips answering. Lucas doesn't want to see me. I was stunned. Because I don't want to see you. So you'd rather stand at the school gate all day and not tell me? When did I say I didn't want to see you? I wanted to defend myself, but stopped mid-sentence. I really had said that. It was after finishing college entrance exams. The night after the graduation party. Nathan insisted on going with me. Plus my parents also persuaded me. So I had to bring her along. Everyone's youth has someone they have feelings for in their heart. Some even confessed publicly. Of course I also had a girl I liked. During the party I secretly glanced at her several times. But Nathan never knew what to say. What not to say. Directly asking on the spot. Lucas, why do you keep looking at her? Over 50 students and teachers in the class immediately turned their teasing gazes over, making me die of embarrassment on the spot. And that girl coldly glanced at me. No reaction at all. Even told the guy friend next to her teasingly. We don't know each other. The spring flower hadn't even budded. Already broken off. When we got home, I told my parents straight. Never wanted to see Nathan again. This matter was probably one of the reasons we cut ties. And the last time we met, I yelled at her. I never want to see you again in this lifetime. I shook my head, pulling my thoughts back from old memories. Looking at Nathan gently saying, that was before. Now I want to see you. So next time you come find me, definitely tell me. Got it? I looked into her eyes seriously instructing. In Nathan's heart, it seemed like a brilliant flower bloomed. She curved her lips nodding hard. If her usual soulless face was cold as an ice mountain, then this smile now was like melting ice and snow. Spring bringing hundreds of flowers blooming enchantingly. Students entering and leaving the school gate all stared. The driver following Nathan also gaped in amazement, quickly taking out her phone to photograph the smile. Pressing send. Receiving the photo, Sophie was so shocked her phone fell. Thud. Hitting the ground. After reacting, she was overjoyed beyond measure. Excitedly wanting to print this photo. 20 or 30 copies. To hang in every corner of the house. Nathan's smile had city-toppling charm. Even though I only saw her as a friend, I couldn't help blushing, let alone a great beauty staring straight at me. As someone single for 20 years since the womb, how could I not be moved? My gaze unnaturally avoided. Don't smile anymore. Nathan was very obedient too, immediately pressing her lips into a straight line. Completely serious looking, I patted my cheeks, waiting for the blush to fade a bit, before telling her, how long have you been waiting here? Had lunch yet? She didn't speak, suddenly reaching one finger to poke my cheek. You patted it red, I quickly explained. This isn't from patting. Her head tilted, eyes confused. Why is it red? I couldn't conveniently say. Casually explaining. Running tired, too hot. That's why my face is red. Afraid she'd ask more. Quickly changing the subject. You haven't answered my question. Have you eaten? Missing one question. Nathan remembered. Lucas had asked 2 questions. 1 hour 20 minutes, haven't eaten. I usually hang out with friends. Just 5 minutes and I'd lose patience. But she stood motionless. Waiting over an hour. For a moment, my heart had indescribable emotions. If I hadn't come out. Were you planning to wait until evening? Nathan nodded. Go home at 8:20 p.m. 4 hours driving. Getting back to Willow City would be 11:30. I was stunned. Voice a bit hoarse. You'd get back so late. Wouldn't Aunt Sophie worry? How could she not worry? The driver who brought Nathan sighed. Every time Miss comes to Cloud City, Madam worries so much she can't eat. Afraid Miss will have an incident or episode outside. But Miss's personality, you know. No one can persuade her except you? I was stunned. She's come to find me many times? Lynn nodded. That's right. Since you came to Cloud City for university. Miss comes every Tuesday to see you. Says it's to see you. But after arriving just stands at the school gate. Doesn't do anything, doesn't go in or call you out. I guess because you said you didn't want to see Miss anymore. So she doesn't dare say anything. Can only secretly come. Just to look at the school where you stay a little. I'm a senior now. From enrollment until now. It's been over 3 years. These 3 years Nathan came every Tuesday. 4 times a month. Excluding summer and winter breaks, over 110 times total. She came so often I couldn't not know. Suddenly, I remembered gossip students told. By the school gate. Often saw a beauty waiting for someone. Probably fought with her boyfriend. So came to school waiting for him. But waited until evening and the guy never came out. At first this was quite novel. Everyone looked forward to who the beauty was pining for. Standing from morning to night, whose boyfriend? Was it exactly? Never saw the boyfriend. This girlfriend came every month every year. Gradually the novelty passed. No one mentioned it anymore. Back then Ryan also pulled me. Saying he wanted to go to the school gate to see how beautiful she was. But when I got to the school gate, didn't see any beauty. Just a luxurious black car discreetly parked by the road. One look and you knew no ordinary family could own it. I suddenly turned my head, looking at the car Lynn drove over. The car I saw then seemed exactly like this one. In my past life I glimpsed from the bus. Also like this. Back then was she also following me? No wonder she appeared at the scene. No wonder Nathan was so clingy before. When I was in college knowing she hadn't tried. I just thought, maybe her condition wasn't too serious. Or was already cured. Turns out many things had signs. Her illness still wasn't cured. Thinking through these things I lowered my head. Eyes stinging. I asked. Then why didn't I see her before? When I passed the school gate. Lynn speaking of this. Her chest also ached. Because Miss hid. Afraid you'd say she wasn't listening. But since last year rarely. Saw you pass the school gate. Last year? My expression shifted slightly. Remembering junior year had especially many classes. Only went out the school gate on weekends. In senior year Tuesday classes took up all the time. Even less able to go out the school gate. So because she hadn't seen me for over a year. When I ran over to meet her. She couldn't stop in time. Didn't have time to hide? I pressed my lips, emotions rather low. Nathan seemed to sense my mood dropping. Voice panicked. Lucas. Don't cry, don't cry. She learned from how I coaxed her. Standing on tiptoes to pat my head. Lynn seeing Nathan's action. Heart somewhat moved. She'd worked for the Watson family 4 years. Been Nathan's driver over 3 years. Living together so long. She already saw Nathan as family. Mr. Lucas, though me saying this isn't appropriate. But Miss really likes you. I clenched then released my hand. Finally, taking Nathan's hand placing it on my forehead. Not crying, let's go, I'll take you to eat. We arrived late. The cafeteria only had some leftovers. I glanced over. No dishes Nathan liked. Could only buy her fried rice with egg to tide over. Eat this to fill up first. Later, if hungry, have the driver buy more food. Okay? After speaking, I pulled her to sit at the cafeteria table. Nathan obediently nodded. Taking the spoon, I handed her. Slowly eating. I sat beside her, remembering Lynn's words again. Miss really likes you. Did Nathan's mind really understand what liking meant? She depended on me just because of her illness. When she recovered, probably wouldn't even want to see me. Nathan, I called her once. Nathan, holding the spoon, quietly looked at me. Have you been to Dr. Liu's recently? Dr. Liu was a domestic autism treatment specialist. The doctor, also in charge of treating Nathan's condition. When she was 6, Dr. Liu had started examining her. Nathan, hearing this name, her brows furrowed, seeming rather resistant. Healthy. I softened my voice, asking, have you gone? Nathan pressed her lips, looking unhappy. No. I wasn't surprised by this result. Her illness still wasn't cured. Definitely hadn't gone for treatment. My voice grew heavier. Why not go? Nathan's hand holding the spoon tightened. Frowning hard. Breathing rapidly. Won't go, I won't go. She suddenly screamed. The fried rice on the table was also pushed to the floor. The sudden episode stunned me. The first to react was still Lynn, quickly running over to hold her, preventing her from self-harming behaviors. I have medicine in my pocket. Quick, take it out for Miss to take. I tensely quickly took out the medicine bottle, just about to give it to her. Remembered what Dr. Liu once said. Taking too many sedatives harms both physical and mental health. Must persuade her to calm herself. The first step to curing her is reducing medication frequency. Lynn forcefully holding Nathan tight, urgently shouting. When Miss has episodes, who can persuade her? I gritted my teeth, determined in my heart, raising both hands to cup Nathan's face. Nathan looked at me, her face contorted, constantly struggling to escape the surrounding restraints. Looking very pained, I pressed her head, mouth constantly repeating, we won't go anymore. The clear voice echoed in the throbbing head. It was her familiar voice. Lucas. Lucas is here. Nathan's violence gradually receded. The throbbing in her head also eased. Won't go. The first sentence after calming was this. She pouted, aggrieved. I saw Nathan calm down. Then withdrew my hands, turning to the students looking over here. And the cafeteria lady apologizing. Sorry. We'll clean up. Fried rice and broken bowl pieces scattered across the floor. Not convenient for the cafeteria lady to sweep. After speaking, I looked worriedly at Lynn. How are you? Hurt anywhere? Just now in the rush hit the table. Lynn raised her arm. There was a purple bruise. This injury was common in the Watson household. Every time Miss had an episode needing someone to hold her. Half an hour later, the helpers and Miss were all covered in injuries. They were used to it. I saw the bruise, brows furrowing. Our cafeteria has a first aid kit. Wait a moment, I'll get it. Lynn shook her head. This injury is nothing. Before finishing, I'd already gone far. When I came back, not only carrying the medicine box, but also a broom. Apply the medicine yourself. I'll sweep the trash. I handed Lynn the medicine box. Then took the broom and started sweeping. Though my face was calm. But Nathan still sensed my mood wasn't good. Lucas, no response received. She suddenly became flustered, fingertips anxiously rubbing her pants. Lucas wasn't paying attention to her. Lynn also noticed. The atmosphere between Miss and me was rather delicate. Didn't dare speak randomly. Quietly applying medicine beside, reducing her presence. Nathan pulled my sleeve. Facial expression contorted strangely. Unable to express her emotions well. Matching her mood. She really disliked this feeling. But didn't know what to do. Could only helplessly call me. I pulled my sleeve from her hand, intently sweeping the broken pieces in the corner. When I finished dealing with the trash, turning back to look, Nathan already had a face about to cry. I sighed internally, then reached out to pat her head. Nathan's eyes immediately brightened, the sadness vanishing. I spoke to her seriously. You just spilled the rice I bought you. And hurt someone else. Sorry, Nathan apologized very quickly, as if engraved in her bones. Before, when Lucas was angry at her, had to say this to forgive her. I pointed toward Lynn again. And her, Nathan immediately told Lynn. Sorry. The apology from Nathan's mouth came extremely fast. Like having no sincerity. Lynn's face horrified. No, it's fine. Being forgiven. Nathan turned to look at me. Again reaching to pull my sleeve, waiting a moment. Seeing I didn't avoid, she knew I'd forgiven her. Mouth corners slightly curving. Expression also happier. I looked at her softly asking. Why did your head hurt just now? Did I say something I shouldn't have? If so, I apologize to you. Sorry. Nathan quickly shook her head. No. I'm not angry at Lucas. Don't need to apologize. I reached to pat her head. I know your headache is sudden. But next time let's try to control it a bit. Okay? Nathan nodded aggrieved. When we left the cafeteria. It was an hour later. The clear skies suddenly darkened. Seeming like heavy rain was coming. I remembered Sophie's instruction for her to return early. I have class this afternoon. Go home early today, okay? Nathan's just present. Happy look immediately disappeared. She didn't like it, but these were Lucas's words. Her mouth had to listen. Her mouth corners drooped. Looking pitiful. Leading her out of the school gate. Received a message from Ryan. Asking if I was drowning in beauty. Forgetting afternoon class. I chuckled. Texting while walking. Seeing my attention stolen by the phone. Nathan's expression grew more pitiful. Just like a kitten. Forgotten waiting for affection. Seeing I was about to hit the trash can ahead. She secretly reached her small hand to pull my sleeve. Leading me to the side. Safely passing the obstacle. There was still a small tree ahead. She pulled my sleeve again. I also knew I couldn't look at the road while texting. Simply gave one hand to hold Nathan's shirt corner. Letting her lead me. Looking at the hand holding the shirt corner. Her downcast mood suddenly brightened. This action was like when we were little. Lucas playing with others. The eagle catches chicks game. Chicks had to hold mother hen's clothes following mother hen. Mother hen had to protect the chicks. Back then, she could only stand under the big tree. Watching Lucas play with others. Now she finally got to play with Lucas. She carefully protected me. Still reluctant when reaching the school gate. However, I was completely unaware of her emotional changes along the way. Just surprised her mood changed so fast. Before leaving I told Lynn. Stop by a restaurant later. Buy some food for Nathan. Lynn's expression somewhat difficult. Mr. Lucas. How about you buy it for Miss? I'm afraid if I buy it Miss won't eat. She really wasn't making excuses. Everyone knew Miss's personality. Even if Madam bought for her. She might not eat. But she knew as long as Mr. Lucas bought it. No matter what Miss would eat. I heard and thought it made sense. But where were there restaurants by the school gate? I thought about it. Could only go to the convenience store nearby to buy some bread. For her to eat in the car. Got it? Nathan like a treasure. Hugging the bread tightly. Obediently nodding. I was silent a moment, not knowing if she would listen to what I said. Before they left I instructed once more. But Nathan was already hugging the bread. Lost in her own world. When I got to class. The dark sky boomed once. Pouring down the long suppressed heavy rain. I was glad I made it back in time. Rain hitting the car. Surrounded by the thick sound of water. Nathan's stomach growling in the car was especially clear. Lynn laughed softly saying casually, Miss. If hungry, eat 2 pieces of bread to fill up first. Nathan unhappy. Why eat? This is a gift Lucas gave me. If I eat it'll be gone. Lynn even more helpless. What Mr. Lucas bought she couldn't bear to eat. Very quickly Tuesday came again. Tomorrow was the first day of National Day holiday. I'd already arranged with Nathan. For her to come Thursday. I could also catch a ride home with her. But Tuesday she still came. When I received the message I was still in class. After class 1 immediately ran to the school gate. Nathan quietly calculating time in her heart. Silently reciting, her eyes looking in one direction. A familiar figure appeared from afar. Actually just a blurry shape. She intently watched that figure. Mouth corners slightly curving. Lucas came out to see her again. I almost ran quickly over. Why did you come today? Didn't we agree to change to tomorrow? Nathan anxiously lowered her eyes. Lynn seeing she didn't speak. Helped explain. Miss coming every Tuesday is a fixed schedule. If her plan is broken, Miss will go crazy. I helplessly nodded. I remembered now. Indeed, there was this issue. Nathan, even when eating, where her right hand held chopsticks. How wide her mouth opened each time had to be precise. When I was little on my birthday, everyone ate birthday cake. Little Nathan discovered it wasn't the usual chopsticks but a fork. When eating cake had an episode right there. Then let's go, we'll go to the cafeteria for lunch. After speaking, I held her hand walking toward the cafeteria. Even I didn't notice how naturally I held Nathan's hand. How familiar, Nathan's mouth corners full of smiles. Fingers gently closing to hold my hand tight. The flower in her heart blooming over and over. The next day, Nathan came to the school gate at noon again. But because I had afternoon classes, could only make her wait until evening to go back together. But I'd already packed my luggage, pulling my suitcase to the school gate first. Arriving, I saw sweat on her forehead. Then suggested, standing here is too hot. There's a bubble tea shop at the intersection ahead. How about you go inside and wait for me? You can enjoy air conditioning too. Nathan didn't even look at the bubble tea shop. Already shaking her head, Lynn opened her mouth to explain. Miss doesn't like crowded places. Reaching to pat her head. Then go back to the car with AC and wait for me? Nathan seemed to really like this gesture. Actually, even if she didn't want to. As long as I patted her head, she'd reluctantly agree. This time too, though she only wanted to stand at the door. But still obediently nodded and went back to the car. After putting my luggage in the trunk. Before getting in, the female driver saw Mrs. reluctant look. Then comforted a few sentences. Mr. Lucas. Only 2 afternoon classes. Just 2 hours. We'll play on our phones and it'll pass quickly. Turning back to look, Nathan had already sunk into her own world. Already spacing out. Mrs. limited reactions. Really all given to Mr. Lucas. But she still remembered my instructions. Quickly turned on the AC. Adjusting to a comfortable temperature. A cool breeze blowing. On a hot day, both body and mind comfortable. Seeing Nathan had no instructions. Lynn took out her phone watching videos to kill time. Time gradually passed. It was still Nathan who noticed me outside the car first. Eyes following my figure. Those clear eyes completely saturated with my reflection. Lucas. The name recited 1,000 times in her heart. Escaped from her slightly upturned lips. I walked over, meeting Nathan's gaze looking my way. So deep and focused like that. Suddenly I coughed awkwardly. Quickly opening the back door to sit inside. Gently saying, "What are you looking at?" Nathan didn't speak, her gaze still fixed on me. Lynn in front was playing on her phone. Not until hearing my voice did she realize I'd finished class. Quickly putting down her phone. "Mr. Lucas, are we going back to Willow City now?" Hearing her question, I nodded. "Yes, thank you." After speaking, I took a bottle of water and gave it to Lynn. The car drove on the highway. I was a bit sleepy, so leaned against the seat, slowly closing my eyes. Still remembering to tell Nathan, "I'm a bit sleepy. Going to sleep for a bit. Remember to wake me when we reach Willow City." Nathan obediently nodded, but I'd already closed my eyes. Not hearing, not seeing. From Cloud City back to Willow City the whole way. Her gaze never once left me. After 4 hours of driving, we finally arrived in Willow City. Night had already fallen across the sky. Just as the car entered the highway exit station, going over a speed bump with a jolt. My head tilted to the side. About to fall. A hand reached over to support my head. The palm slightly cold. I instinctively turned my head, rubbing against Nathan's palm, making it slightly ticklish. Her long lashes fluttered, cheeks flushing red in patches. Lynn heard Nathan's voice, turned to look, seeing her tense, flustered expression. Secretly laughing inside. First time she saw Miss display emotions outwardly. "Miss, you can rest Mr. Lucas's head on your shoulder. That way he won't fall." She secretly laughed, making the suggestion. Nathan blinked. The hand supporting my head gently lifted, then placed it on her shoulder. I lay uncomfortably, frowning, head moving, finding a comfortable position to rest. The close distance, made Nathan clearly feel I hadn't left. Her mouth corners happily curved up. Face blooming like flowers. Lucas hasn't left her. So good. After dinner at the Watson house, I planned to go home immediately. But Mrs. Watson said it was too late. Told me to stay at the Watson house for the night. She'd send me home tomorrow morning. I couldn't refuse, so had to stay. But that evening when I went to the guest room about to close the door, a figure already blocked the door. Nathan's hand holding an extra pillow. Eyes sparkling looking at me. Lucas. Sleep together, I firmly refused. No. Nathan immediately looked sad, pressing her lips, looking so pitiful. Didn't we used to sleep together? Before I turned 12, we indeed always shared a bed. But after I became aware of gender differences, I didn't let her share anymore. Now I looked at Nathan explaining, it's different. You're grown up now. Adults have to sleep alone. Nathan frowned. Growing up isn't good. Hate growing up, really hate it. Can't sleep with Lucas anymore. I laughed, nodding in agreement. Right. Growing up is hateful. So now quickly go back to your room. Nathan didn't budge, just hugging the pillow, standing at the door, trying to find a chance to get inside. I stepped out of the room, turning to close the door, cutting off her thoughts. Where's your room? I'll take you back. She heard I wanted to come to her room the second before. Still disappointed about not sleeping together. Immediately cheered up again. On the second floor, I'd been the king of kids since little. Many young friends liked playing with me. I invited friends to my house to play. Friends naturally also invited me to their houses. Little Nathan also wanted to invite me over. But because her speech was halting, very hard to express her inner thoughts, so each time she never successfully invited me. But now I'd come to her house, and wanted to come to her room to play. Thinking this, Nathan excitedly pulled my hand, hurriedly leading me to the bedroom. I had no time to refuse at all. Just entering the room, already attracted by the teddy bear in the corner. This stuffed animal style seemed from over 10 years ago. When little I especially liked this bear. But our family wasn't wealthy. Couldn't buy me stuffed animals. Now suddenly seeing this stuffed animal, my heart suddenly felt nostalgic. This teddy bear seems to have stopped production over 10 years ago. How did you buy it? Nathan's eyes lit up, taking the teddy bear and stuffing it into my arms. Lucas, sweet dreams. I was puzzled. For me? Why? I waited a while but didn't hear an answer. But very quickly, my attention was attracted by other things in the room. The room had a glass display cabinet. My things were on it. Seeing the familiar bread and water bottle, also several other things. Small lion, moldy bun, Ultraman toy, I asked. Were these also given to you by others? Nathan shook her head. Lucas gave them. I was slightly surprised. I gave you? Why don't I remember? Could it be that inside here, everything was given by me? Nathan stepped forward, pointing at the small lion saying, prize from game. Lucas gave. She continued pointing at the bun, breakfast. Then pointed at Ultraman. Game prize. She remembered the origin of all these things, telling me about each item in the cabinet. Listening, my emotions grew heavier. Even a small pebble I gave before was kept for over 10 years. Could I really cure her illness? A finger reached over, poking my cheek. Lucas not happy. Why? Nathan also frowned, following. I shook my head, just asking. Do you have anything you want to do yourself? Speaking of this, her eyes sparkled looking at me. Want to sleep with Lucas? I helplessly waved my hand. Besides this, she continued saying, play games with Lucas. Hearing her say everything about me, I quickly interrupted. That's not right. Things you want to do yourself, without me in it. Nathan's face immediately paled, head starting to hurt again. Why no Lucas? She suddenly squatted down, fists clenched, constantly hitting her own head, mouth painfully muttering. Why? Seeing her abnormal state, I knew she was having an episode. Immediately ran over, lifting her face, forcing her eyes to look at me, her palms sweating, heart jumping to her throat, mouth speaking nonsense, completely without thinking. I tried shouting at her, Nathan, I'm here, look at me. Nathan's pale complexion gradually recovered rosiness. Seeing I was still here, Nathan pressed her lips, directly hugging me. Don't leave. Lucas, those few short words. I seemed to hear some grievance. I was just speaking hypothetically, just nonsense. Don't get agitated. I comforted, patting her back. Nathan dejectedly said, hypothetically also not allowed. I quickly comforted. Okay. Won't say any more. But let's throw away this bun, okay? It's all moldy. If she hadn't said it was a bun, I wouldn't have recognized it at all. Probably Sophie also wanted Nathan to throw it away. I'd just finished speaking. She was grieved again. I reached to pinch her cheek. Throw it away. I'll give you a new gift, okay? Hearing this, her pinched lips. Voice muffled. Really? I nodded. Really, not until I assured her many times. Did Nathan reluctantly throw the bun in the trash? The cabinet just opened. The stench immediately spread through the room. I also threw away other food in the cabinet. All of it. Called the housekeeper to clean the smell from the room. Then threw the trash in the outdoor bin. Only then feeling relieved. As for Nathan, because seeing it cleaned out, the cabinet became empty. Pitifully pressing her lips. Lucas, new gift. I nodded. I remember. It's late now. Quickly go back to sleep. I need to go back to my room to rest, just as I was about to leave. Nathan stuffed the teddy bear at me. Bear for Lucas. I took the bear. Okay. Thank you, just leaving. I was in the second floor hallway, meeting Sophie with a joyful face. She heard from the housekeeper. Nathan finally threw away the moldy things in the cabinet, thinking her daughter had awakened. Seeing me come from her room, only then knowing it was thanks to me. She was about to chat about her daughter. Glancing and seeing the panda bear in my arms. Exclaiming in surprise, Nathan finally gave you the bear. I was puzzled. Finally? Sophie continued. This bear was bought over 10 years ago. Back then this bear image was very popular. You'd stare at it for a long time when out. One day you and Nathan fought. She insisted on buying it. Probably wanted to give it to you. But I don't know why she didn't give it. Sophie really wanted to explain for me. Also hoping her daughter's image could improve in my heart. At night when sleeping, I lay in bed, only then suddenly discovering there really was this matter. Back then I really liked this bear. But our family's finances weren't good. Couldn't buy me the bear. Mom felt bad for me. Used needle and thread to sew me an Ultraman stuffed animal. When I received it I was extremely happy. After that I told everyone I met. Bears aren't as cool as Ultraman. I like Ultraman the most. Back then Lil Nathan heard my words. Her small cheeks all wrinkled up. So it was back then? First time sleeping at the Watson house. My heart was actually a bit uncomfortable with the bed. However, perhaps because the bear gave me a sense of security. Slept very well all night without nightmares. When I woke it was past 10 o'clock. I jumped up from bed. Ran to the bathroom quickly washing my face. Opening the door about to leave. Saw a figure standing at the door. Accidentally startled. Why are you standing here? The moment the door opened, the girl's soulless eyes suddenly became brilliantly bright. Hearing my question, Nathan obediently. Lucas sleeping. Can't disturb. I was a bit embarrassed. Being a guest at someone's house and waking up so late. Touching my neck. Opening my mouth. Sorry. I woke up late. Did you wait very long? 3 hours 28 minutes. She was always very sensitive to time. I was slightly surprised. So long, aren't your legs tired? Next time if you have to wait, sit on the living room sofa. Don't stand here anymore. Nathan shook her head. Here can see Lucas right away. Nathan looked at me. Words both vague and sincere. Making me blush hearing them. Eyes sparkling. Not daring to look at her. Standing here so long. Probably haven't had breakfast yet? Aunt Sophie must be waiting for us in the living room. Let's quickly go out. After breakfast in the living room, I said goodbye to Nathan's family. Preparing to take a car home. Sophie even instructed Lynn to drive me back. But I didn't want to trouble others. Firmly taking a taxi home myself. Just before leaving, Nathan was still reluctant, clinging to the taxi door. I used my last resort. If you let go, I'll come visit you again tomorrow. Nathan's expression shifted. Tomorrow? I nodded. Tomorrow I'll take you to get a haircut, okay? I'd long wanted her to get a haircut, but was afraid she wouldn't want to go. Nathan happily nodded. Okay. Her smile brilliant again, secretly calculating in her heart. How many more hours until tomorrow? Then I turned to ask Sophie, Auntie, is that okay? Sophie was overjoyed beyond measure, of course. The girl won't cut her hair and won't let me fix it. Lucky you're here to handle her. I set a time with Nathan again. Only then finally able to get in the car to go home. Just as the car was about to leave the intersection, I instinctively turned to look at Nathan. She was still standing at the main gate, craning her neck watching the car, not willing to leave. Suddenly I again felt somehow. At this moment she really did resemble the loyal dog Ryan once mentioned. The next day, Nathan called me early. Lucas, I'll pick you up, I immediately replied. When you arrive, remember to call me. I'll come down. Do you still remember where my house is? Though Nathan used to come to my house often, but after many years, don't know if she'd forgotten the way. Remember? She answered very quickly, her tone even hiding a desire for praise. I didn't skimp on compliments either. Such good memory. We chatted about a few other things. A while later, before hanging up, an hour later, Nathan texted saying she'd arrived. I told Mom, then went downstairs. Seeing me standing outside the car, the slightly dazed girl immediately became lively. I opened the car door, urging Nathan to get in. Why didn't you wait in the car? Isn't it hot standing outside like this? She shook her head, obediently sitting in the car. Hot. Though she said that, but I still saw sweat on her forehead. I took tissues from my pocket, helping her wipe. Nathan's mouth corners curved up, then pointing at her neck. This place needs wiping too. I raised an eyebrow, even learned to push for more. I stuffed the tissue at her. Wipe yourself. Nathan gravely pressed her lips, taking the tissue, reluctantly wiping herself. Seeing her aggrieved expression, I couldn't help laughing. Lynn started the car. Mr. Lucas, where do you want to go now? I thought for a moment, then said, drive to the intersection ahead. Stop there for a bit. I'll take Nathan to get a haircut. Lynn uncertainly stopped at the intersection, also following us out of the car. Many small shops along the road. Walls were undecorated cement. If not familiar people and regular customers, no one would come here to shop at all. I familiarly went to a small barber shop. Inside was an old man, sitting in front of the TV, one hand holding a large palm fan, fanning, eyes not leaving the TV. Entering the shop, I called, Mr. Chu. I came for a haircut. The old man turned. So it's Lucas. Not going out this holiday? He laughed heartily, standing up, even giving me 2 apples. I wasn't polite either, casually taking an apple to bite, the other apple given to Nathan. Seeing the light in her eyes, I knew what she was thinking, immediately instructing, eat it now, can't take it home to store. If possible, really wanted to break her habit of storing things. Nathan's just formed thought was extinguished. Had to obediently bite the apple. Missing my parents, so didn't go out. Sir, this time I brought Nathan for a haircut. Please cut her hair. I pulled her to sit in the barber chair. The old man preparing haircutting tools, while chatting with us. Haven't cut for years. Nathan's become so beautiful. If Lucas hadn't said, I wouldn't have recognized her. Nathan frowned, hands tightly gripping the cloth on her, wanting to pull it off. I stepped forward, helping her loosen the cloth at her neck. What's wrong? Neck too tight? She didn't speak, still uncomfortably pulling the cloth. Lynn's spirit immediately tensed, staring at Nathan, afraid she'd have an episode. Also prepared in her heart to hold her. I softened my voice, gently asking, then what is it? You have to tell me, so I can help you solve it. Didn't you promise me when your head hurts, you'd tell me? Are you lying to me? Nathan, hearing this, immediately panicked, shaking her head. Not lying. Lucas, I don't like being touched. I suddenly remembered. She indeed didn't like others touching her. I pretended to be angry, looking at her. But yesterday you already agreed to cut your hair? Do you want to go back on your word? Nathan's face full of difficulty. She didn't like others touching her, but she'd promised Lucas she'd cut her hair. What to do now? Just as she was anxious until red-faced, a warm hand held hers. I'll hold your hand. You let him cut your hair, okay? Nathan tightly gripped my hand, only then reluctantly agreeing. The old man beside hearing our conversation opened his mouth saying, "Didn't expect after so long. Nathan still depends on you like this." I pulled the corner of my mouth, glancing at Nathan saying nothing. Seeing Nathan's emotions stabilize, Lynn's suspended heart lowered. The old man cut hair very quickly. Skills also good. Soon finished. After cutting the bangs covering her eyes, Nathan's delicate features completely revealed. Clear eyes no longer covered by bangs became more beautiful and charming. She stood up, constantly widening her eyes looking at me. I saw her action was a bit strange, then asked, "What's wrong? Don't like it cut short like this?" Her mouth corners happily curved, like I momentarily couldn't distinguish if she meant liking the hair or liking me. "All right, hair's cut, let's go." I said goodbye to the old man, pulling Nathan, quickly leaving, afraid one step slow would be teased by Mr. Chu. Back in the car, Nathan lowered her head looking at her empty palms, unhappily pressing her lips. "Tomorrow haircut," I explained to her. "Cut today so don't need tomorrow." Nathan slightly confused. "Why?" I continued. "Once a month trim is enough. Cutting every day you'll be bald, not pretty." She immediately troubled, her whole face wrinkling, heart seeming to decide something important. I told Lynn. "To the shopping center." Turning to see Nathan's face wrinkled again. No need to guess. Knew she was conflicted about something again. I casually asked, "What are you thinking?" Nathan looked at me once, heart not wanting to say, but remembered just promising. Anything had to tell me. Had to speak. "Haircut can hold Lucas's hand." I blinked. "Because can hold hands. So tomorrow you also want a haircut?" Nathan nodded. Then seriously correcting my words, "Every day." As every day. I found her adorably silly, reaching to pat her head, laughing. "Who said only haircuts can hold hands? Can hold hands anytime you want. Can hold now too." Nathan's wrinkled face immediately happily relaxed, reaching her hand toward me, face full of expectation. "Hold hands." I laughed. "But now I don't want to hold." Nathan immediately sad, grievedly looking at me. The shopping center was a large general market. Many small vendors liked setting up here, selling all sorts of strange things. Mom just texted, telling me to buy a pot on the way home, to bring to the shop tomorrow. And I came here, also because things here were cheap. I prepared to get out of the car, seeing Nathan also moving, quickly stopping. "It's very crowded inside. Don't go in. Wait for me in the car." Nathan didn't like crowded places. Didn't like others touching her. So many people inside. If someone accidentally touched her and she had an episode, hurting herself and others would both be bad. But she didn't want to be away from me. "Lucas goes. I want to go too." I tried persuading her to stay. "It's very crowded inside." Nathan lowered her head, just refusing to stay. Lynn spoke up, helping her. "Mr. Lucas, how about you take her in? With you there she definitely won't have an episode." Nathan immediately nodded in agreement. Big pitiful eyes looking at me. "Won't have headache." Lynn tried hard speaking for her employer. "If she doesn't go in, she'll probably have an episode in the car." Nathan nodded. "Have episode?" I raised an eyebrow, arms crossed. "Is this threatening me? If I don't take you in you'll have an episode? When did you learn to be bad?" She quickly defended. "No. Not bad. Not going in waiting for Lucas. Lucas hates bad people most. I learned bad. Lucas will hate me." Lynn secretly regretted in her heart. She saw I was already moved. But her employer gave up so quickly. "Fine, in then in. But if your head hurts tell me. I'll take you out." Nathan joyfully nodded hard, immediately following me out of the car. I worried she'd be bumped. As soon as we entered the market I held her hand leading the way. She lowered her head looking at my hand holding hers. Little flowers in her heart blooming non-stop. After buying the pot Mom needed, we passed the clothing stall. A woman suddenly ran out, holding clothes, putting them in front of us. "Handsome boy, beautiful girl. Look at our clothes. Both cheap and pretty." This enthusiastic sales method startled Nathan, quickly hiding behind my back. I timely pulled the woman, We're not buying clothes. Thank you. I timely pulled the woman. Not buying, just look? Other places definitely can't buy clothes this good. The woman while pulling me to her small stall, constantly rummaging through clothes on the rack. Give to the beautiful girl beside you also works. She'll definitely like it. Nathan's lashes fluttered, eyes brightening for a moment. Gift. Nathan's eyes lit up. I knew what she was thinking. After promising to give her a new gift, she kept remembering. The woman immediately seized the sales opportunity. Right. Let this young man buy clothes as a gift, how about it? See, the beautiful girl really likes this outfit. Buy her one. Only $30, very cheap. I looked at Nathan. You like this outfit? She grievedly pinched the dress corner. Gift. Promised. All right. Consider it rewarding you for obediently cutting hair today. And not having a headache. I stepped forward, choosing a light-colored shirt from the rack, holding it up to her comparing. Like this one? Nathan pressed her lips, mouth corners showing a faint smile. Like. She didn't even look. As long as it was my gift, she liked everything. I picked up another shirt, somewhat undecided. This one seems not bad either. Nathan continued saying. Like. I seemed to discover something. Raising an eyebrow, holding a plastic bag. And this? The girl blurted. Like. I secretly laughed. Nathan's eyes flashed with doubt, not understanding what I was laughing about. I held the two outfits I was undecided about, carefully comparing. The word, like, from Nathan's mouth had no reference value. I'm afraid even if I gave her a leaf, she'd probably keep it like a treasure. After 2 minutes of indecision, I finally chose the blue dress. Every time I saw her, she wore white dresses. Wanted to change her clothing color. Also considered adding some color. That evening, Nathan and I parted to go to our homes. The 7-day National Day holiday passed very quickly. In a flash, only the last day remained. I wanted to spend more time with my parents, so went to help watch the family bun shop. But when I was packing buns for customers, suddenly saw Nathan standing at the shop door. Her neck anxiously shrinking. Avoiding others' gazes. Lynn beside her pointed at the buns on the tray, smiling. Boss, 2 buns please. We haven't had breakfast. I quickly finished packing buns for other customers. Hurrying over. It's late already. Why haven't you had breakfast? Will 2 buns be enough? I said while getting several more buns for them. Lynn quickly waved. Mr. Lucas. I already ate breakfast. She's the one who hasn't eaten. You're taking too many. I shook my head. It's fine. Extras can be taken home for Nathan. Aunt Sophie and Uncle Watson can eat them too. After speaking, I also got her a cup of soy milk. Nathan's mouth corners bloomed with a faint smile. Like network lag. Half an hour later, answering my question. To see Lucas, those few words. Off-topic answer. But I understood what she meant. Too eager to see Lucas. So didn't have time for breakfast. I handed her the buns. Did you need something from me? Or not? Nathan, hearing this, suddenly became dejected, hugging the buns silently. Lynn immediately explained. The holiday's almost over. Mr. Lucas hasn't contacted her these days. She's a bit sad. I thought about it, realizing it was indeed true. I'd been too busy with things at home. Completely forgot about her. My face slightly embarrassed. Sorry. I forgot. Customers kept coming to the shop. I had no time to chat with Nathan anymore. Could only tell her to wait a bit. Turning to go help out. But this wait lasted until noon when the shop closed. I cleaned the table, looking at Nathan standing at the shop entrance, feeling even guiltier. My mom also turned to look. Nathan came to find you, right? The girl's been standing quite a while. Go with her. Your dad and I can clean the rest. After speaking, my mom took the rag from my hand. I grinned, going outside to Nathan. Are you tired? Should we find a seat? Nathan shook, then nodded her head. She wasn't tired, but she wanted to have breakfast with Lucas. 300 meters from the shop was a park. I led her walking outside. The two walking side by side. Backs of hands occasionally touching. Nathan looked down at my hand, frowning, troubled about something. Finally, the 10th time touching. She couldn't help asking, "Want to hold hands today?" I was stunned for a moment, only then understanding what she meant. I'd said before. Only hold hands when wanting to. I secretly laughed inside, then shook my head. Not holding. She disappointedly lowered her head. When will Lucas want to hold hands? She randomly thought in her head. In a moment following me to the park. I checked the time, then made plans. Let's rest a bit first. Later we'll have lunch. After lunch I'll take you home. Nathan nodded, suddenly remembering something. Frantically taking a paper from her pocket, giving it to me. For Lucas. I puzzledly opened the paper. Only seeing 20 or 30 small points listed on it. 1. Want to see Lucas every day. 2. Very happy seeing Lucas. 3. Head hurts when Lucas doesn't pay attention to me. Line after line written so much. Nathan seriously answered. This is liking. My memory recovered. Remembering last time at the shopping center I asked her. Do you know what liking is? She said she knew, but I didn't take it seriously. Her thinking different from normal people. What could she know? But now, she gave me this paper full of writing to tell me. This was her liking. I looked at the paper filled with black writing. Shocked, speechless. Words at my mouth, not knowing what to say. These past days writing this? Nathan's expression proud, nodding. Eyes looking at me always brilliantly bright. Like Lucas. My head like porridge, completely not knowing how to answer. Wait here for me a moment. I'm going to the bathroom. I stood up, walking toward the public restroom. My figure staggering. Like running away. In the bathroom. I stood before the mirror. Thoughts in chaos. 2 little people in my head arguing. One little person said she's an autism patient. Doesn't even know basic communication. What does she know about liking? The content on the paper probably written randomly. Don't take it too seriously. The other little person said in the past life during the car accident. She'd rather die with you than leave. Isn't that enough proof she likes you? You've known her over 20 years. Don't you know she never lies? But the 2 little people argued half an hour. Still no conclusion. I also realized I'd been here too long. Irritably scratching my head, then turning on the faucet. Splashing water on my face. Waiting to calm down before leaving. Nathan sitting dazed on the bench. Soulless eyes looking at the ground. Not knowing in her own world what she was thinking. I walked closer. Only then discovering several kids around her. Making faces at her. Mouths mockingly shouting. Dummy. Dummy. Naya Naya. She had no reaction. Both hands casually placed on her legs, swinging. Facing the bratty kids teasing. She was silent like a soulless doll. Lynn hadn't followed us into the park. After I left, no one watching over Nathan. The kids got even worse. Seeing her motionless, even reaching out to hit her. I angrily gritted my teeth. Just about to step out from behind. A call rang out. Lucas Thompson. I turned, facing a familiar face. Madison Young, the one who caused the major reason Nathan and I cut ties. Also someone I once liked. Seeing my appearance, Madison momentarily dazed, not expecting in 3 years I'd become so handsome. She felt some regret inside. Why didn't she notice my good looks before? Why are you here? Madison approached, mouth corners curving, seeming to want to make up with me. I casually answered, came here with a friend to sit for a bit. Then turned, looking toward Nathan. The kids had stopped hitting, but still beside her, mockingly noisy. Those words grating to hear, making me frown involuntarily. Madison followed my gaze, also seeing the woman sitting on the bench. She frowned, voice carrying some disgust. Still with this dummy? My voice turned cold. She's Nathan Watson. Not a dummy. Madison paused, not expecting me to defend Nathan. Clearly last time we met, I still really hated Nathan. Even in front of her. Fought with Nathan. She pressed her lips, showing a faint smile. You don't like her, do you? I coldly answered. None of your business. Madison's face suddenly turned ugly. Right, none of my business. But this dummy likes you so much. You two being together is quite a match. I stopped, calmly looking at her, Madison Young. Thinking back now, I'm really grateful you didn't like me then. The crushed feelings from middle school, at this moment, completely vanished. After speaking, I turned, leaving toward Nathan. Madison's face darkened. Clearly back then she didn't like me. Now it's like she was the one rejected. Couldn't help shouting at me. What does that mean? Leading a dummy around all day. Who would like you? But no matter how she tried to salvage her pride, no one paid attention to her. I returned to Nathan's side. First thing was catching those bratty kids. But only caught two, one in each hand. The others seeing this scattered and ran. Who let you mock this sister? Apologize now. If you don't apologize, I'll call your parents to apologize. My voice serious and cold. The two kids immediately scared, crying loudly. Their mothers hearing ran over, hugging their children, coaxing, then pointing at me, scolding. What are you doing? So grown up, still bullying children. Have you no shame? I coldly answered. Then I should ask how you raise your children. So young with such vicious mouths. Any manners? The two women speechless from my words, leading their children running away. Nathan also seeing me this fierce for the first time. Sitting on the bench dazed for a long time. Eyes staring straight at me. Finding it somewhat novel. Not until I chased the two women away did she step forward, holding my hand. Lucas, don't be angry. She stiffly patted my shoulder. Indignant for me. Bullying Lucas, bad people. I was slightly angry. They weren't bullying me. They were bullying you. She, Ed once. Not caring about this matter. As long as they didn't bully Lucas was fine. I seemed to understand her inner thoughts. Anger rising again. They can't bully you either. Next time you see others scolding you, you scold back, understand? Nathan, half understanding, nodded. As long as Lucas wasn't angry, whatever he told her to do was fine. Seeing her like this, I sighed. Never mind. Telling you won't help you understand. Next time you go out, must have Lynn beside watching over you. Then pulled her, leaving the park. After this disturbance, the matter of just receiving Nathan's paper, I immediately forgot behind my head. The next day was the last day of National Day holiday. Luckily I bought a bus ticket. No need to trouble Nathan anymore. Sophie also knew I was returning to school today. At breakfast, she specifically asked Nathan, Lucas is going back to school today. Should we go to the station to see him off? Nathan's long lashes fluttered, happily nodding. A moment later, disappointedly shaking her head. Sophie, stunned, not understanding why her daughter's emotions suddenly dropped. But her daughter didn't want to go. She told Lynn no need to prepare. Nathan remembered the time we just cut ties. She kept texting me at home. Just that above had extra red exclamation marks never seen before. She didn't understand what those were. But she sent many. Lucas never paid attention to her. Lucas was angry. She just needed to say sorry. Lucas would forgive her. But this time she said many sorries. Lucas was still angry. She must have done wrong, making Lucas angry, not wanting her anymore. Nathan tightly gripped her phone. Face growing paler, head also hurting along with it. She hit her head on the table in front, eyes reddening, the whole person half crazed. From when I got on the bus back to school, in some room on the second floor of the Watson house, Nathan sitting dazed in a chair, not knowing how long sitting. No one could guess what she was thinking. Suddenly the phone screen on the table, along with a ting, lit up, pulling her thoughts back. Those dazed, heartbreaking eyes, immediately filled with color. That was the special reminder she set for me. After telling Nathan I'd arrived, I went with my roommates for a good meal. But unexpectedly I had an allergic reaction, and had to be hospitalized. The next day when I woke up, opening my eyes seeing Nathan sitting by my bed. Seeing me wake, the girl spoke, Lucas. Her voice carrying some hoarseness and joy. Why are you here? I was very surprised by her appearance. I shifted, wanting to sit up, only then discovering my hand held tightly by her. Both cheeks suddenly abnormally red, but luckily with several red spots on my face, helping me hide the embarrassment. I pulled my hand away. Nathan immediately grabbed it again. Force even stronger than before. Can't move. Nathan's face showed some seriousness. I was stunned for a moment, never seeing this expression from her. Momentarily not reacting, the hospital room door opened. Friend Ryan excitedly ran to me. Lucas, you're awake? Feeling better? Hungry? Rambling a bunch. also separating our clasped hands. Nathan unhappily frowned, showing a trace of hostility. I answered, "Better now. Though still a bit itchy. But much better than last night. The doctor said you might be allergic to this raw fish. Told you to be careful later." After speaking, Ryan regretted again. "If I'd known, I wouldn't have invited you." I comforted him. "This isn't your fault. I didn't know I'd be allergic either." Ryan sadly nodded, continuing, "Oh right. The doctor also said don't wander around. Continue hospitalization for observation 2 days. Only discharge when better." I nodded, slowly understanding, then discovering Nathan's "can't move" turned out to be the doctor's instructions. I looked at Nathan beside me, softly asking, "Nathan, why are you here?" Ryan lowered his voice, answering, "Her? Called you many times last night. I thought it was urgent, so answered. Conveniently told her about you. Who knew she'd take the overnight bus? Arrived at 5 or 6 in the morning. Just staying here, not willing to leave. Since you're awake. Then I'll go downstairs, buy 2 lunches." I nodded, saying thanks. Ryan left. The hospital room left just the 2 of us. I just turned my head, meeting her staring gaze. Eyes unnaturally avoiding. I found a topic. "Coming to Cloud City last night. Does Aunt Sophie know?" Nathan nodded. "Knows. Oh right," Ryan said earlier. "You called me many times last night. Was something wrong?" She pressed her lips, expression seeming aggrieved. "Lucas didn't reply to messages." I took my phone to look. Only then discovering she sent me over 10 messages last night. But all the same sentence sent. Making people not understand. "Cloud City cloudy today." I looked at Nathan's sent weather forecast messages, strangely asking, "What does this mean?" She answered, "Missing Lucas, so sent." I missed Lucas for a long time last night. Miss once, then send 1 message. But you didn't reply, sad for a long time. But Lucas said you've been very busy lately. Have lots of homework to do. Might not see phone. So I called. Then knew you were sick. Not that Lucas doesn't miss me, so good. But Lucas being sick, not good." Nathan frowned tightly, face full of conflict. I guessed asking, "Because missing me?" But didn't know how to express. "So sent weather?" Nathan nodded. Occasionally also received her sending Cloud City weather. Always thought she was reminding me. Remember sun protection, bring umbrella. Turns out because missing me? Then sending so many messages last night was because really missing me? Suddenly I remembered again. The paper full of small points about liking me. Cheeks couldn't help reddening. Eyes also panically avoiding. Lucas's face too red. Nathan's expression immediately panicked. Standing up, about to go outside. I quickly pulled her. "Where are you going?" She hurriedly said, "Find doctor. Lucas sick." I pulled her back. "Not sick." Nathan then calmed down, staring at my cheeks, confused. "Not because sick. Why cheeks so red?" I didn't answer, just tilting head, avoiding her gaze. Also using hand to cover a bit. "Look at those many red spots. So ugly." Nathan pulled my hand away. "Not ugly, very handsome. I like looking at Lucas." Her expression serious, as if I was the most handsome person in the world, attracting her gaze everywhere, anytime. My heart fluttered, mouth opening. Before speaking, interrupted by the door opening. Ryan carrying 2 lunchboxes in. "I'm back. Hungry? Eat quickly. After lunch." I wanted Nathan to return to Willow City. But she firmly refused, insisting on staying to care for me. To make me better, Lynn had to book a nearby hotel room for her to have a place to rest. But Nathan, outside the hospital, didn't want to go anywhere. The hospital room had a sofa. At night sleeping, Nathan lay on the sofa resting. The sofa rather short. She had to curl her legs to lie down. Looking rather pitiful, I pulled the blanket on myself. Turning on the hospital bed. Just couldn't sleep. But just turning over, already facing her glass-like eyes. I froze, opening mouth asking, "Why not sleeping yet?" "Can't sleep," Nathan's voice very soft, like a gentle breeze passing the ear. Outside in the hallway, occasionally electronic call bells rang. Also footsteps walking back and forth. These noises I could completely ignore. But these sounds in Nathan's ears, magnified hundreds of times. She had many problems. For example, when sleeping, surroundings couldn't have any noise. Only now I remembered this problem of hers. Then said, "I'll have Lynn take you to the hotel to sleep? It's quieter there than the hospital." Nathan firmly refused. "No. I'll sleep obediently. Don't leave." After speaking, she tightly closed her eyes, brows furrowing into a W, forcing herself to sleep. I sighed, waving at her. "Nathan, come here." Nathan, hearing this, stood up, coming to my side, pitifully saying, "Don't send me away." I sat up, looking at her seriously, answering, "Not sending you away. I just want to ask what to do, so your head won't hurt." Hearing this, Nathan's lips curved, immediately becoming happy. She held both my hands, covering her ears. "This way won't be noisy." Doubt flashed in my eyes. "Just this?" She nodded hard. "You cover your own ears and go sleep." After speaking, I pulled my hands away. Nathan pouted. "Need Lucas to not be noisy." I looked at her for several seconds, confirming she wasn't lying. Then put my hands back over her ears. "But how to sleep like this?" I hesitated a moment, shifting aside, making half the bed for her. "Sleep here. But don't move around." Nathan excitedly, eyes brilliantly bright. She got to sleep with Lucas again. The hospital bed already small. 2 people lying had to squeeze together. I accidentally touched her body. The sweet feminine fragrance unique to girls wafted over. Heart also somewhat erratic. Last time sharing a bed with Nathan was still in 6th grade elementary. I once thought we'd never interact again. Unexpectedly, now sharing a bed again. Like before, still having to coax her to sleep. "Lucas, are your hands tired?" We were very close. When Nathan spoke, I could even feel her chest gently rising and falling, along with warm breath by my ear. I shrank my neck, face burning hot. "Not tired, stop talking. Sleep quickly. Otherwise you go back to the sofa to sleep alone." Nathan, hearing this, immediately closed eyes, sleeping. I adjusted my sleeping position, also starting to continue sleeping. Thought having someone beside would make it hard to sleep. But just closing eyes, not long, I'd already sunk into dreams. Next day, Ryan worried about me. Early morning came to visit. Hands also carrying 2 breakfast portions. But just opening the hospital room door, he was shocked by 2 people hugging, sleeping on the bed, almost jumping on the spot. I was disturbed, frowning. Nathan gently patting my back. My brows gradually relaxing, turning to continue sleeping. Seeing our intimate actions, Ryan about to shout. Next second, facing Nathan's gaze, she raised her index finger to her lips, making a silence gesture. Ryan nodded. The shout not yet out. Forced swallowed into stomach. He put breakfast on the table, immediately turning, leaving the hospital room. When waiting for the elevator, Ryan finally couldn't help covering his mouth, lowly exclaiming, "Oh my God. Lucas Thompson still won't admit liking her. Already sharing a bed, saying one thing, doing another, sleeping another half hour." I rubbed my eyes, comfortably waking from dreams. Just turning my head, bumped something soft. Nathan's skin fair, features beautiful, when quiet, emanating something unique, clear and intimate, completely not showing she had autism. I raised my head, facing Nathan like this, dazed half an hour before reacting. Last night slept in the same bed with her. My expression panicked, looking left and right. At this time Nathan also got out of bed, standing beside, puzzledly looking at me, not understanding my actions. "Lucas, looking for what?" Nothing. I scratched my messy head, quickly going to the bathroom. Awake now. I'll wash my face first." I stayed in the bathroom several minutes. Coming out, Nathan was taking breakfast from the bag. I walked over, asking, "When was breakfast brought?" 34 minutes ago. At that time I seemed not awake yet. My heart suddenly had a bad premonition. Could it be Ryan brought it? Nathan nodded. Indeed. I quickly took my phone. Messages flooding out. All from Ryan. Some questioning me. Why sleeping with Nathan? Also shocked, talking nonsense. Also yelling. I hid from brothers. I had no way to explain. Had to choose to ignore. My allergic reaction came suddenly. But luckily hospitalized with IV drip 2 days. Symptoms on body much better. Doctor prescribed several days medicine for discharge. After I was discharged, Lynn also just in time to take her back to Willow City. Mr. Lucas, heard you're discharging today. Paperwork done? If not, I'll do the paperwork. Also conveniently drive you back to school. I stood up saying, paperwork I haven't done. You and Nathan wait here a moment. I'll go right away. Just now only focused on coaxing. Forgot discharge paperwork not done yet. Lynn suggested, Mr. Lucas, how about letting her do the paperwork for you? Can also exercise a bit. Her communication ability, good for illness recovery. I'll also watch beside, she'll be fine. I heard Lynn's words made sense. Being persuaded, vaguely nodded. Nathan, hearing she had to do things for me, without saying, agreed immediately. I gave her bank card, ID, also instructing the steps. After speaking, I still wasn't assured. Understand? Nathan looked at me, suddenly firmly saying, I'll go. Lucas gave task, I must complete. I could only tell Lynn to watch her more. The payment counter lobby all had long lines, crowded with people. Nathan, seeing this, feet just stepping out then pulling back, palm tightly gripping the bank card, standing in place, eyes avoiding. Lynn encouraging, Boss, aren't you doing paperwork for Mr. Lucas? Let's go line up. Nathan's emotions suddenly anxious, biting her lip hard. Lynn, secretly feeling something wrong, immediately called me. People coming and going in groups, passing before Nathan, her face gradually paling, like several needles, constantly stabbing into her head, more and more painful, the figures before her eyes gradually blurring. Just as consciousness was about to collapse, an urgent voice entered her ears, soothing the violence in her heart. Nathan, can you hear me? She came to, taking the phone from Lynn, pressing to her ear, aggrieved. Lucas. Too many people, head hurts. Don't be scared. Remember when we were in the cafeteria, lining up for food? Also very crowded. But you got through it. This time you can do it too. I gently kept talking to her. Nathan's eyes flashed with weakness. But too many people, I gently encouraged. You hold the phone. I'll talk to you, like I'm beside you lining up together. Okay? Nathan looked at the crowd ahead, expression hesitant, under my encouragement slowly stepping forward. Getting to the end of the line, standing in. She lowered her head looking at the floor, avoiding others' gazes. Lucas. I'm here. Already in line, not scared, right? The tense emotions on Nathan gradually eased. Lips bitten with teeth marks also curved up somewhat. With Lucas beside her, she wasn't scared. Just as she was talking to me, the line was gradually shortening. About 20 minutes until her turn. The staff in the counter said, Miss, hello. Please provide your documents and papers. Nathan's gaze panicked, avoiding. Standing in place, gripping hands, not speaking. The staff thought she didn't hear. Repeated once more. Lynn quickly stepped forward. Boss. Put the documents in your hand on the counter. Give them to the staff. That's all. Hearing from the other side, I also said, Nathan. Can you help me give the documents to the staff? Nathan's long lashes fluttered, finally placing the documents on the counter. Then slowly saying, Okay. Paperwork done. Nathan put the payment receipt in my hand. Looking at me, eyes sparkling with broken light. Carrying pride, like waiting for my praise. I smiled, patting her head. Very good. You can do it yourself now. Other things I'll ask you to help with too. Nathan happily nodded. Leave it to me. After that, I rode in their car back to school. When parting at the school gate, though we'd been together 2 days, Nathan still didn't want to leave. I patted her head, saying, The day after tomorrow is Tuesday. Aren't you coming? Then we'll meet again. Nathan's voice disappointed. Lucas busy. Can't meet me. I was silent. After National Day returning to school, I was indeed very busy. Several times I told Nathan not to come, because I had no time to see her. Thinking for a moment, I slowly said, Last month was busy. Now it's done. Come Tuesday, I'll continue taking you to the cafeteria for food. I promise you. I held out my pinky to Nathan. Pinky promise must be kept. Nathan also held out her pinky. After hooking fingers, she finally left satisfied. Back at the dorm, I'd just come from the stairs. Saw in front of 2 rooms' doors. Surrounded by 4 or 5 male students. Seemed to be discussing something. Ryan, seeing me return, excitedly ran over, throwing himself at me. Lucas. Finally your discharge. You not in the dorm these days? I've been so lonely alone. My neck was also squeezed, breathless. Ryan, let me go. Standing aside, complaining. Wow, you're so weak. What about in bed later? Let's go exercise. I rolled my eyes at Ryan. Mid-November. Cloud City had entered winter. Temperature getting colder. Waking up early. I had to wear thick sweater and coat. Phone had Nathan's weather forecast. Just that. This time after the forecast added temperature. Cloud City sunny today. 7 degrees Celsius. She was missing me. I breathed on my hands. Warming frozen hands before typing a reply. Going out today, remember to wear extra layers. And sweater. Her reply still brief as always. Today was Tuesday. Nathan surely preparing to come find me. Somehow, I suddenly looked forward to noon arriving. At noon the dismissal bell rang. I quickly packed up my books. Then ran out of class. Other classmates looked strangely at that departing back, but Ryan was already used to it. At the school gate, Nathan indeed was already waiting for me. When I walked over, only then discovering the difference about her. She wore a form-fitting knit dress. Simple lines but flattering, plus a thick beige coat outside. Also curled her hair. Just standing there, calm temperament, sweetness already radiating. Many passing male students turned to peek. At first I also squinted. Half an hour later reacting. Asking. Did Aunt Sophie pick these clothes for you? By habit she wouldn't dress like this. Nathan nodded, intently looking at me, seriously asking. Does Lucas like? Mom said I wear this. Lucas will definitely really like. Looking at her serious face. I felt she wasn't asking if I liked the clothes, but asking if I liked her. I changed words. Very pretty. Though not answering with, like. But hearing me say pretty. Nathan still happily curved her lips. I seemed to know what she was thinking. Opening mouth advising. Your dressing style should be what you like. Not what I like. Understand? But Lucas likes, I also like. Nathan's eyes full of determination. As if her world changed for me. Including joy and sorrow, all decided by me. I opened my mouth. Expression somewhat complex. Words unable to speak out. Finally becoming a sigh. Let's go to the cafeteria to eat. Wait until later when her condition recovers more. Then tell her these things. Like adults often teach children. When you grow up you'll understand. Perhaps when Nathan recovers, she'll let me go. I randomly thinking led her to the cafeteria. A second later my shirt corner was pulled. Lucas, for Nathan. Handing over the insulated lunchbox beside. My gaze attracted by her beautiful outfit. Not until she spoke did I notice she had an insulated lunchbox. What is it? I took the lunchbox. Silver metal box outside. Also stuck with little bear stickers. Looking somewhat familiar. I opened the bag, heat rising. Nathan's answer also rang out. Dumplings. Little bear dumplings. Inside full of little bear-shaped dumplings. Some dumplings expanded, deformed, some cracked. Black sesame filling flowing out around. Exactly like the little bear dumplings in my memory. My voice choked, difficultly making sound. You bought? Nathan's face bloomed with a faint smile. I made, for Lucas to eat. I looked at the dumplings standing in place. Past life, the portion of dumplings sent. On the lunchbox also had little bear stickers. Exactly like this one. Thought those dumplings Mom made for me. Turns out Nathan also handmade them. Asked someone to deliver to me. I was dazedly looking at dumplings, not speaking. Nathan didn't understand the complex emotions. Only saw me not speaking as not liking. She pressed lips, hugging dumplings back. Emotions somewhat low. Throw away. I came to not understanding. Why throw away? Lucas doesn't like, then must throw away. I grabbed the dumplings back. Carefully hugging tight. Who said I don't like? Given to me is mine now. Hearing this, Nathan's eyes lit up. Happy like a flower. I brought the dumplings back to dorm. Deliciously ate them all. Days entered December. Weather getting colder. Nathan came to find me again. She is always standing at school gate waiting for me to finish class. A male student continuously looking at Nathan. Finally shyly stepping forward. Hello. Are you here waiting for someone? Nathan looked at the teaching building ahead silently. If looking carefully, would even discover her gaze empty, soulless. Different from normal people. But the shy male student didn't dare look straight. Just asking. I don't mean anything bad. Just want to ask, can I have your contact? Some sound kept ringing by her ear. Nathan frowned, eyes moving, finally looking toward the noise source. Lynn was in the car on a call. Corner of eye glancing at school gate where Nathan was. Who knew this look? Scared, almost dropping the phone. She quickly hung up, immediately getting out, running over. Hearing the male student's last sentence. Sorry. Our miss doesn't like talking. But she already has a boyfriend. The male student hearing this mumbled quietly. Has a boyfriend, just say it directly. Lynn awkwardly smiled, not knowing how to answer. When I finished class, running to school gate. Saw Nathan talking with a male student. Footsteps stopping. Mood somewhat subtle. When I walked toward school gate. The male student also just waved goodbye to them. We passed each other. I tilted head carefully, looking at him several times. Was a handsome, clean male student. If she didn't have autism, didn't depend on me, would she like this type of male student? On the other side, Lynn also didn't notice me approaching. Instructing Nathan. Miss. If Miss encounters this situation again, Miss, just tell them Miss has a boyfriend already, understand? Nathan saw me behind. Empty eyes immediately brightened. I suddenly spoke. What boyfriend? Lynn startled. No boyfriend. Lynn's expression flustered, pressing lips. Before asking more, Nathan already excitedly pulled my shirt corner. Lucas. Seeing Nathan, the subtle feeling in my heart quickly disappeared. Also didn't ask who the male student talking to her was. Then pulled her wrist, walking toward cafeteria. No afternoon class. After eating, let's go to the mall for a walk. Nathan naturally had no objection. After lunch, I led her to the mall near school. Just entering, I went to bathroom first. Wait here for me a moment. Don't wander around. Nathan nodded. Lynn this time also followed us in. At a slight distance, watching over her. Not far, a woman seemed in trouble. In the mall lobby, looking left and right. Finally targeting Nathan. Stepping forward. Miss, I want to ask, which way to the bathroom? The woman's expression urgent. Nathan's eyes moved. Looking at the woman, not knowing what thinking. Until the woman almost couldn't hold it. Preparing to ask someone else. She then slowly opened mouth. I have a boyfriend already. The woman froze. Nathan repeated again. I have a boyfriend already. The woman, not understanding, laughed dryly. Is that so? Congratulations. So, do you know which way the bathroom is? Nathan frowned. I have a boyfriend already. This sentence said more and more fluently. The woman's face complex. I know you have a boyfriend already. No need to repeat anymore. Lynn and I ran over. Hearing Nathan seriously telling people she had a boyfriend. I confused. She has a boyfriend already? Who? When? Why don't I know you have a boyfriend? Who is it? Nathan shook head. Don't know. I puzzled. Don't know, then what are you saying? This is a scarf shop. I led her into a shop. Seeing many styles of scarves. I casually picked one up. Pretty? Pretty. And this one? I tried another. Pretty. Why is every answer pretty? I can't find reference opinions. Lucas handsome. Nathan serious. Because Lucas handsome. Wearing anything is handsome. I understood her implied meaning. Ears slightly red. If saying she's normal. Her behavior stiff and silly. But saying she's sick. Why does she know how to say nice things? Then I'll buy this beige one. I casually took one. Corner of eye saw the female model beside. I see you never wear scarves. Not cold? I'll buy you one. I held a red scarf. Color very matching her clothes. Lowering head, wrapping it for her. Lynn about to say she doesn't like scarves. Next second, seeing her staring at the scarf. Eyes brighter than stars in dark night. Well, things Mr. Lucas gives. Even if a stone, she'd treat as treasure. Let alone scarves she doesn't like. Many scarf styles. I wanted Nathan to try others. but just about to take the scarf off. She already hugged the scarf tight, not letting touch. Staff stepped beside, enthusiastically selling. Seems she really likes this scarf. Price not expensive anyway. How about buying it for her? I looked at her. Like this scarf? Nathan without hesitation. Like. Then buy these too. I saw her treasuring it. Let her wear it directly to pay. After shopping, sitting in car back to school, I then discovered backseat had a pink scarf. The scarf looked very high-end. Logo printed on it. Same brand as Nathan's clothes. All carrying subtle luxury. Fabric and material. Completely different from the $10 scarf I bought. Not same level. I held the scarf placed on car seat. Expression flustered. Nathan, how about wear your old scarf back? She extremely unwilling shook head. Miss doesn't like wearing scarves. Madam spent lots of effort this morning. Also couldn't make her wear. But now finally see. Not that she doesn't like scarves. But only likes scarves Mr. Lucas gives. Lynn driving. Not turning head laughing. I heard lips pressed smiling lightly. Nathan seeing her smile. Mouth corners also following curved up. Evening Nathan returning from Cloud City. Sophie seeing the girl wearing scarf back. Expression momentarily surprised. She knew before no matter what method the girl wouldn't wear. But quickly she discovered. This scarf wasn't the one she gave this morning. Sophie immediately understood. This new scarf definitely Lucas bought for the girl. That's why willing to wear. Nathan. Today. Sophie as always came to car calling the girl down. But she just opened car door. Nathan already hurriedly got out. Hand seeming to hold something. Nervously muttering. Haven't eaten. Sophie stepped to the girl's side. Tenderly comforting. Dinner's ready. Nathan hungry? We can eat going in. Nathan staring at the alarm clock in hand. Face pale. Mouth muttering. Past time. Past time. The hour hand on it. Already left the eating area. She didn't listen to me. Lucas hates her. She held head with both hands. Squatting on ground. Head more and more painful. Mouth only making piercing screams. Ah. Sophie's eyes immediately reddened. But she didn't understand what the girl said. Only hugging the girl tight. Voice choked. What time? Tell Mom. Mom will help you solve it, okay? Because today stayed with Nathan. Lynn naturally knew the alarm clock I gave her. Immediately ran over. Boss, we already ate small bread in the car. Ate right when the hand pointed to dinner time. So already counted as dinner. Time not passed, not passed. I knew they'd return to Willow City very late. So bought small bread for her again. Instructed must eat on time. She also ate on time. Lynn repeated several times. Nathan only woke from the pain. Voice hoarse, somewhat pitiful. Time not passed? I was obedient, right? So Lucas won't ignore me. Nathan could always, because of things unimportant in normal people's eyes, have episodes. Like a thorn stuck in heart. But just pull the thorn out. She'll recover normal. Hearing Lynn's words, she finally sobered. Carefully picking up. The alarm clock accidentally dropped during episode. Dusting it off. Her face carrying some self-blame. She dropped Lucas's gift on the ground. If Lucas knew would be angry. Then looked down at the scarf on neck. Seeing it still fine, breathed relief. She fixed the scarf. Then hugging alarm clock hurriedly went to room. Not a glance. Spared for Sophie worrying about her. This couldn't help making her somewhat sad. Housekeeper beside helping Sophie up. Madam. Your neck is injured. Let's go apply medicine. Was scratched when hugging Nathan during episode. This small wound is nothing. Sophie waved, not caring. This wound she's used to. But she called Lynn over. What did Nathan mean by past time? And what about eating? She wanted to know why the girl had episode. Lynn then reported everything about going out today to her. After listening, she suddenly fell silent. The alarm clock Mr. Lucas gave. Actually also thinking for her. She often eats one meal, forgets another. Hungry, also has no feeling. Lynn continued explaining. She worried Sophie because of the episode. Would blame Lucas Thompson. No need to be tense. I know Lucas's starting point is for Nathan's good. I just want to know Nathan's situation today. Sophie said, Could say Sophie watched Lucas grow up. Knew he wouldn't harm Nathan. Even if Nathan made him unhappy. Wouldn't like others take opportunity to kick down. But once Nathan has awareness of something, will be very stubborn. Just hope this alarm clock doesn't have side effects. Becoming better. Second floor room lights turned on. Sophie knew Nathan went to room. Also not standing at door anymore. Stepped into house. Lynn thought then sent me a message. Telling me about her episode. In the bedroom. Nathan placed alarm clock in display cabinet. Then touched the scarf on neck. Eyes full of hesitation. This was Lucas put on her. Reluctant to take off. But she wanted to store all Lucas's gifts. She stood before display cabinet thinking about an hour. Finally decided. Store scarf together in cabinet. Alarm clock. Our hand on it already pointed to sleep position. Nathan turned to bed. Covering blanket happily closing eyes. Today is a good day. Lucas gave me 2 gifts. I saw Lynn's message. Was all ready next morning. Seeing her say Nathan had episode. I was dazed for a while. But I had to hurry to morning class. Could only temporarily shelve this matter. Planning to ask her at noon after class. Still in Willow City, Nathan woke early. Standing before display cabinet. Looking at the alarm clock obtained yesterday. Watching second-hand TikTok running. Our hand gently jumping once. 6 o'clock arrived. She turned outside. Must eat breakfast now. Just after noon class. I sent Nathan a message. But usually replied immediately. This time waited long, no response. Remembering last night said she had episode. Afraid something happened to her again. Heart worried. Hand already pressing video call. 2 rings answered. Image in phone screen shaking quickly. A while later Nathan's face appeared. Lucas. She happily called. What were you doing? Maintenance. I was curious about that shake just now. Out buying food. Her answer shocked me more. I really couldn't imagine her going out buying food. Willing to communicate now? With mom? She added a sentence. Nodding. This made more sense. Though still curious why she'd go out. But most important now was still last night's matter. I heard Lynn say. Last night you got home and had headache again. Nathan pouted. Expression seeming aggrieved. I controlled, still hurt. Lucas, don't be angry. Lucas said must control, can't have headache. But I controlled very long. Still couldn't help headache. I didn't listen to Lucas. Lucas must be angry at me. I'm not angry. But I heard Aunt Sophie was scratched by you. Go visit her a bit, okay? I said. Nathan's episode could say I indirectly caused. Heart always feeling guilty. Okay. Nathan nodded. Though she today ate breakfast and went out. Looked at mom many times already. But Lucas said so she must do. Video hung up. I waited half hour. Received her reply message. Looked already. I asked. Then did Aunt Sophie say anything? Happy? Touched? Said one sentence. Why are you staring at mom? I choked. I didn't expect telling her to visit Aunt Sophie. Was really just literally looking. Not saying any comforting words. Silent for a while. I sent clearer sentence again. Just more specific. You still need to ask how her wound is. Does it hurt? Must say sorry to her. Nathan slightly frowned. Didn't expect had to say so much. But she still obediently agreed. She put phone down, turning outside. Sophie watching Nathan go then come back. Puzzled. Nathan, something wrong? She stood silent. Very long later finished organizing language. Mom's neck injured. Apply medicine. Sophie frozen very long. Shock only appearing on face. What did you say? Just now Nathan was caring about mom? Or am I hallucinating? Nathan pressed lips repeating once. Injured. Apply medicine. Nathan worrying about mom? Expression on Sophie's face clearly excited. Happy, wanting to step forward, hug the girl. But remembering the girl doesn't like others touching. Lowered hands again. So you just came was wanting to care about mom's wound? Thinking this warmth rose in her heart. Mom will apply medicine later. Today we went out buying apples. Nathan, want to eat? Mom, go get one for you. She happily about to go downstairs to living room for fruit. Nathan pulled her shirt corner, not finished saying. She had one sentence not said, sorry. Now finished saying. Then left in place. Sophie shocked, twice speechless. Stepping to room, waiting for daughter. Being cared for by daughter. Sophie endlessly happy. Meeting anyone told once. Even called to tell me. Along with William Watson working at company. Then remembered several close sisters. Called over again. This excited expression. Simply wanting to announce this to the whole world. And Nathan completing task, returning to room. Also reported results to me. Eyes sparkling, looking at me on phone screen. Like waiting for praise. I didn't notice her expression. Just thinking about Sophie's situation. After you apologized, did Aunt Sophie say anything? No, she shook head. Mom dazed, like me. I thought a while. Very quickly, understanding what she meant by dazed. Aunt Sophie must have been shocked, speechless. If it were me, I'd probably be stunned too. Just imagining that scene, I couldn't help but laugh. Lucas isn't praising me. A voice tinged with grievance suddenly rang out. I was stunned for a moment. Then saw Nathan pouting, her mood seeming unhappy. Her eyes slightly downcast, long lashes fluttering, looking somewhat disappointed. I couldn't help laughing. Before, to encourage her to work actively. After completing something, I'd always praise her a few words. Unexpectedly, she was now used to being praised. Our Nathan is so good. Next time if you accidentally hurt someone, you should also apologize first, okay? Nathan's eyes lit up. Nodding satisfied. Phone matter resolved. I could finally eat lunch peacefully. Phone not hung up. I ate while chatting with her. So cold going out this morning. Didn't want to leave the blankets at all. Really jealous of northern heaters. Heard rich families all have heaters installed. Does your house have them? When chatting, Nathan rarely spoke, usually just silently listening to me talk. Only speaking when asked. Were you cold going out today too? I didn't wear my scarf. Nathan shook her head, making me startled, asking. Why didn't you wear it? Yesterday bought her a scarf. She was so happy. Not even a day and she doesn't like it anymore? Put the scarf away. Nathan's brows curved up, voice carrying some joy. Storing it. I opened my mouth. Half an hour later, still shocked. You put it in the display cabinet? I knew she had a collecting habit, but didn't expect the scarf would be stored too. Her expression somewhat proud. The scarf was bought for you to wear, not for collecting. Nathan blinked, puzzled, not understanding the difference. Wait, I suddenly remembered something. The clothes I gave you last time, weren't they also stored in there? Nathan nodded. Lucas is so smart. Lucas knows I stored the clothes. Lucas is so good. Tried correcting Nathan's collecting habit several times. All ineffective. I could only think of buying another new one. Luckily scarves weren't expensive. Could let her store one and wear one. I ordered online. Same city delivery in 2 hours. Nathan, since hanging up the phone, had started happily standing at the door waiting. Eyes looking ahead. Gaze carrying some expectation. What's Nathan standing at the door waiting for? Sophie coming downstairs saw the girl's behavior, somewhat puzzled. The housekeeper shook her head, indicating she didn't know. Sophie asked a few questions but got no answers. Had to let it be. 2 hours later, a person in red uniform delivering packages drove a 3-wheeler to the wealthy district of Willow City. The whole way filled with luxurious architecture. Coming here, called the wealthy district. Actually the largest villa area in Willow City. Living here were many famous wealthy people. The delivery person found the house number. Found the Watson family gate. Before entering saw a girl standing at the door. Hello miss. Your house has a package. Please sign for it. The delivery person handed over the box. Nathan quickly received the box. Turning to go upstairs. Hey. You haven't signed. Also need to give me the slip on the box. The delivery person stunned, shouting at her back. Miss. Working for years. First time seeing someone take the package and run. Calling but not hearing. Seeing Nathan about to disappear on the stairs. Sophie timely stopped her, signed the slip and returned it to the delivery person. Sorry about that. Sophie smiled apologetically. No problem, no problem. Mission completed. The delivery person leaving still looked inside. Discovered the girl hugging the box, smiling foolishly. He shook his head. Rich district people really strange. After receiving the new scarf, Nathan was happy. Then carefully placed it in the glass display cabinet, storing it carefully. Not until I called to check did she obediently take the new scarf out. Remember to wear the new scarf when going out. This is our promise, okay? I gently coaxed. Nathan nodded hard. Promise with Lucas. The new scarf couldn't be stored in the display cabinet. She looked around, thought for a while before deciding beside the pillow. This way she could see it every day. After placing it, she stood beside the bed looking at the scarf, sinking into her own world, eyes becoming empty, until Sophie's call came from outside the door. Nathan, dinner time. The alarm clock says it's dinner time. The vegetables we bought at noon can be eaten now. The soulless eyes gradually recovered, black pupils moving. Nathan turned to look at the clock in the cabinet. Time was nearly 7 o'clock. She'd stood from afternoon to evening. Seeing the time, her expression panicked, hurriedly going downstairs. She ate late today. Lucas would be angry. New Year's Day approaching. Weather entering midwinter. Cold wind howling outside. Everyone wearing thick down jackets and thermal underwear. I was no exception. Almost wrapped myself into a ball. After class, Ryan and I returned to the dorm. Two people chatting. I discovered I have potential as a gigolo. Every winter I miss summer immensely. Come summer I miss winter. Ryan shivering said. I nodded agreeing. Me too, oh right. Did you do the homework the teacher assigned yesterday? When they were almost at the dorm, a female student suddenly chased from behind, stopping the two. Hands on knees panting. Class president. What's up? Ryan puzzled. The female student rested a moment, finally breathing evenly, told them. New Year's Day is coming. Our department has a dinner party. But still short two handsome guys to greet at the hall entrance. So you guys. No can't. Before finishing, Ryan and I refused in unison. With this result, the female student wasn't surprised. Just face sad. Very dejected. Those two guys had emergencies. Really urgent. I asked many people. They all said busy, no time. Now only you guys left. If you refuse, I'll have to apologize to the teacher. Please, if you participate, I'll treat you to dinner. Hearing the female student's constant pleading, the two softened a bit. Finally negotiated for 2 bubble teas. I want the most expensive kind. Ryan, gritting teeth, definitely had to make a killing. The female student happily agreed. No problem. Mission completed. She waved, then said goodbye and left. Ryan sighed. I was planning to go home for New Year's. Didn't expect to delay one day. Ryan's home was in Cloud City. 3 days holiday could also visit home. But my going back was troublesome. 2 days coming and going. Only 1 day at home. Not like the long National Day holiday. Forget it, won't go back. But what did I do at school this new year in my past life? I thought carefully. I seemed alone in the dorm, being a left behind child at school. But New Year's Eve night, I received a gift. Was an apple and hand warmer. Initially I thought Ryan bought it. Because before I told Ryan, Too Cold wanted to buy a hand warmer. But when I called to confirm, Ryan denied, also teased. Is it from a secret admirer? New Year's Day, class president brought suits for the handsome greeters. Those suits. But this winter, still rather thin. Ryan's mouth wouldn't close. Class president. If we catch cold tonight, will medicine costs be reimbursed? The female student smiled awkwardly. Just standing 10+ minutes. Wait for everyone to go in. You can go back to change. Fine, I helplessly, already agreed. Can't go back on word. New Year's Day evening. Near the hall, people coming and going. Ryan and I wearing suits. Standing opposite at the door. Shivering. I regret it. Shouldn't have agreed to class president. Ryan forcing a smile, while gritting teeth. Just 15 more minutes. Bear with it a bit more. Evening wind blowing. I also shuddered. Ryan could only chat with me, distracting attention. Suddenly a cheerful voice rang out. Brother Ryan. Ryan turned around. A girl wearing beige coat, full of youthful vitality, smiling, running to him. Little Dao, why are you here? Ryan puzzled. The girl shyly pointed at several female friends beside. Friends said wanted to come play here. Then remembered you were at the hall. So I ran over to greet you. He looked at the female students behind nodding. Brother Ryan. Wearing so little, aren't you cold? I'm healthy, how could I be cold? Ryan smiled, saying. I curiously asked. Ryan. Is this your friend? Neighbor's kid, named Lucy Dow. Ryan finished speaking. Then introduced me to the girl. This is Lucas Thompson. My good brother. Just call him Brother Lucas. Lucy obediently called. Brother Lucas. Then mumbled, refuting Ryan's words. Brother Ryan. I'm already 18, not a child. Even if you're 30, in my eyes you're still a kid. Ryan said. Lucy unhappily pouted. About to continue arguing. Class president carrying 2 bubble teas arrived. Cutting off the dialogue. Time's up. Party starting. We can go back to change now. It's a bit cold. Hold the bubble tea to warm hands first. Ryan happily received the bubble tea. Next second, complaints about standing in cold wind. Immediately vanished. After delivering bubble tea, class president had things to do and left first. Lucis gazed dimly, looked at the bubble tea in his hand. Heart somewhat sour. Brother Ryan. Who is she? Why bringing you bubble tea? Our class president. Ryan answering while taking a sip. Just one small sip. He already frowned in disgust. Awful. What bubble tea is this? Still the most expensive kind. Big loss. Tomorrow. Must ask class president for another cup. Lucy very actively. Brother Ryan, if you want bubble tea, don't ask class president. I'll buy for you right now. Buy what bubble tea? Go play with your friends quickly. Standing here delaying them. I'm going back to my room too. Bye. Ryan waved. Then pulled me running back to dorm. Lucy looking at the departing back. Expression somewhat dejected. Friends behind seeing this all teased. I said, why tonight insisting on dragging us to this school? Turns out drunk, not for the wine. Saw someone posted at the hall. Immediately ran over. Result said 2 sentences, person left. Lucy being teased, face red. So annoying. Good thing we brought coats. On the way back to dorm. Hot bubble tea in hand, blowing cold wind. Soon cooled. I took a sip. Indeed awful. Back at dorm, I immediately got into blankets. Holding phone, watching videos. Perfect. Ryan thinking beautifully. Your friend didn't come to find you? You not going out to show her around? I asked. He said, she's not 3 years old. What's there to show? Besides, she came with friends. Probably wants to tour the school she's applying to. She's senior year, so preparing. Ryan didn't care. I nodded. Just arrived under the dorm. A male student walking toward them called me. Hello. Excuse me, are you Lucas Thompson? Yeah, what's up? I stunned. This is a gift for you. A beautiful girl asked me to deliver. Wish you Happy New Year. The male student handed over the bag. I dazedly received it, opening to look. Inside, indeed, an apple and hand warmer. Exactly like past life. Just now looking at this hand warmer again. Only familiarly discovering. The stuffed animal pattern on it was cartoon bear. Who gave it? In my heart vaguely emerged an answer. I don't know either. But that girl was very beautiful. Just didn't like talking. The male student remembering the beautiful girl. Face flushed. Then the male student pointed to the small area in front of the dorm. Oh right, she was just over there. But now the area had no one. The male student completed mission, retreated. Ryan's head leaned over. Looking at the 2 things in the bag. Teasing. Isn't it from an admirer? So thoughtful, even has hand warmer. Someday call her out. Let me see how beautiful. I didn't speak. Just staring at the small area. I took my phone, pressing a number. Listening carefully. Indeed, near the small area. Heard familiar ringtone. Ryan, you go back first. I have something. Be back later. I hurriedly ran to the small area. What thing? Ryan shouted behind. But I'd already run far. A cold wind blew past. Ryan closed his coat. Returning to dorm. The familiar ringtone still continuing. I followed the sound source, searching. Indeed, under the big tree beside the small area found her. The tree trunk very thick, blocking her figure. If I hadn't come, wouldn't have discovered at all. The girl seeing me, eyes flashing with light. But quickly, anxiously lowering eyes again. Rubbing feet. I sighed. Indeed, sighing once. While walking toward the girl while hanging up phone. Ringtone suddenly stopped. Around except cold wind howling. Everything quiet. Mr. Lucas, you guys talk. I'll go back to the car first. Lynn smiled awkwardly, immediately leaving. Giving us private space. In a blink I'd arrived before her. Gently asking. When did you come? Nathan anxious, lashes fluttering. Half an hour later. Noon. Nathan wearing the beige dress. I praised as pretty last time. Wrapped in the red scarf I bought. Obediently standing before me. Orange streetlight shining on her. Like covered in a warm layer. My heart also softened somewhat, coming. Why didn't you tell me? Still secretly hiding here. Not cold? I gently said. Today isn't Tuesday. Lucas will be angry. Her lips pressed. Who said I'm angry? I laughed. Lucas not angry, can come every day? Nathan's eyes lit up. Can't. I immediately refused. Light in eyes extinguished. She disappointedly lowered head. Lucas still angry. This gift you gave me. Why didn't you tell me? I pointed at the things in the bag. She seemed to really like this cartoon bear. Gifts all had this symbol. Last time dumplings too. Just past life I didn't notice. Nathan lowered head. Lucas will be angry. Why am I always angry? In your heart am I bad-tempered? I deliberately serious face. Very good. She quickly looked at me. Lucas very good. Even if not accepting my gift. Lucas still good. If you don't tell me. What if I thought stranger gave it? Threw it away? So next time giving me something. Must tell me, understand? I seriously taught her. Past life I threw away this gift. If she knew would surely be very sad. Thinking this. My hand hugged the bag tighter. Mouth corners curved. But this time I'll keep it carefully. But why give me apple and hand warmer? Still didn't understand the gift's meaning. Nathan pointed at the apple. Christmas Eve, then pointed at hand warmer. Lucas cold. Christmas Eve. Most students gave apples. 2 days ago I chatted with her. That day only received Ryan's apple. So she also bought to give me? Hand warmer also because I said bought for me. I didn't expect. Turns out every casual word I said she remembered. Thank you, I really like this gift. I curved my lips. Smiling brilliantly. Nathan stunned by my smile. Standing in place. The sunflower in her heart raising its head in the night. Blooming brilliantly. Without knowing her mouth corners also curved following. Students passing beside. Seeing 2 people beside the area smiling at each other. All secretly sighing in hearts. The sour smell of love. Achoo. In the beautiful atmosphere I sneezed. No good, too cold. I'm going back. Before finishing. A coat draped over me. I blinked. Only discovering. She took off her coat, draping it on me. The coat still had her remaining warmth. Also filled with sweet feminine fragrance. Following breath entering my nose, my ears. Embarrassedly turning red, I quickly returned the coat to her. Put it on quickly. Wait, tomorrow you'll catch cold. I remembered her constitution wasn't very good. When young, bedridden, sick many times. She obediently dropped hands. Lucas. Happy New Year. Nathan remembered the purpose of coming here. In the quiet night telling me. Today everyone saying Happy New Year. She also wanted to say to Lucas. I smiled answering. Happy New Year. You taking the car back to Willow City later? I just checked time already 8:30. So late traveling. Seemed not very safe. Nathan nodded. How about you tell Aunt Sophie? Tonight find a hotel to stay. Go back tomorrow? Just happens we have holiday. Tomorrow can show you around Cloud City. After I spoke remembered her special situation. Staying overnight seemed not good. Besides she seemed not to like strangers. Crowded places. Immediately took back what just said. Forget it. You go home. Aunt Sophie must be very worried about you. Being together too naturally. I momentarily forgot her illness. Still wanted to date her to play. Nathan lowered eyes. Like a wilted sunflower. Voice carrying some sadness. Lucas doesn't want to play with me? When young Lucas played with friends. I always just stood beside watching. Back then didn't understand. Why Lucas didn't like playing with me. Now grown up with things understand somewhat. Because of my illness, right? She desolately. Because I'm sick. So Lucas stayed away from me. Like others calling me dummy, monster. Nathan's face gradually paling, temples. Like thousands of needles stabbing hard. Starting to hurt violently. I hearing her words stunned a bit. Didn't expect she thought this way. Next second seeing her abnormal expression. Heart startled. Immediately raised both hands cupping her face. Urgently. It's not because of your illness, I wanted to defend myself. But words at mouth stopped again. If not because of her illness. Then why did I just say? Her situation different from others? For a moment I indeed thought so. My heart immediately self-blamed. No, not right. Nathan face pale. Still difficultly maintaining consciousness. Looking at me with eyes carrying some hope. Sorry, my eyes reddened. Heartbroken apologizing to her. Nathan consciousness about to lose. Pulled back by me. Both hands frantically waving. Lucas. Not wrong, I patted her head. Continuing. Then tomorrow let's go play together? Don't go home. As long as Lucas not angry. I'll do anything. Then call Aunt Sophie. Call right now. Receiving urging. Nathan immediately took phone calling. Briefly stating situation. Not going home tonight. Playing with Lucas. After speaking hung up. Done already? What did Aunt Sophie say? I asked. You finished speaking? Still need to ask if Aunt Sophie agrees. Only if she agrees can you stay. Nathan understood. Called again, directly asking. Agree? Sophie agreed. Nathan staying overnight outside. Then instructed her many things to note. But she didn't listen carefully. Before she finished already hung up. Sophie helpless. Had to call Lynn. Telling her to take good care of Nathan. I and Nathan set time to meet tomorrow. After goodbye returned to dorm. Night sleeping. I used the hand warmer Nathan bought. Put in blanket. Cold on body immediately vanished. Body gradually warming. Soon I was asleep. Next day I was woken by alarm. When I woke, Ryan, who usually likes sleeping in, already up early. You're awake, I'm going home. These 2 days not at dorm. Can't be with you, sorry. Ryan carrying small backpack preparing to go out. No problem, be careful on the road. I sat up from bed waving at him. Ryan also waved. Receiving phone hurriedly going out. Little Dow wait for me, I'm coming down. Hurried footsteps leaving. Voice disappearing in hallway. Room immediately quiet. I stretched. Then also got up washing face. About to change clothes. Nathan called. Lucas, good morning, good morning. Have you eaten breakfast? Nathan answered. Eaten. She carried alarm clock with her. 6 o'clock already ate breakfast on time. Then come pick me up in half an hour? I still need to go to cafeteria for breakfast. I checked time. Now 7:30. Change clothes then go eat breakfast. 8 o'clock going out just right. I said. Heart already thinking where to play later. Nathan replied. Okay, but I didn't expect to meet Nathan under the dorm. I froze then reacted. When you called me, already arrived under the dorm? Miss after eating breakfast came over. Standing downstairs waiting. After meeting your friend Mr. Lucas. He said you were awake then Miss called you. Lynn interjected, this behavior indeed like her. I sighed. Already here. Then come with me to cafeteria for breakfast. I pulled Nathan. Wanting to lead her to cafeteria. Must wait for Lucas. Half hour. Already promised. She stubbornly stood in place refusing to go. I said wait half an hour. But didn't say where to wait. So waiting at the cafeteria is the same. I argued, she thought for a moment. Then followed me along. Fragrant Mountain is a tourist area in Cloud City. Heard that from the mountain peak looking down. You can see the entire city panorama. The magnificent scenery absolutely beautiful. I've been in Cloud City over 3 years. Never had the chance to go to the peak to see. 1. Mountain climbing is tiring. 2. No one to climb with. When I suggested mountain climbing with Nathan, she agreed without a second word. So the two of us appeared at the foot of Fragrant Mountain. Right, there's also Lynn. So 3 people. Lynn didn't come up to intrude. Just stayed where she could see Nathan. Keeping a distance. Following behind neither fast nor slow. I looked at just walking 10+ minutes. Already exhausted beyond measure Nathan. Winter yet forehead sweating. She took tissues from her pocket, wiping sweat from my cheeks. Thanks. I took the tissue, wiping myself. Before climbing, she bought a big bag of stuff. Mineral water, snacks, soft drinks. Like going camping. Also said. She searched on her phone what to bring. Thinking back now. Good thing I firmly left stuff in the car. Otherwise forget the peak. Couldn't even make it halfway up. When we sat on rocks resting. Many uncles and aunts passed by the road. Steps leisurely, not breathing hard. When you get home, remember to exercise. That way you'll have strength like them. Next time we climb, you can go to the peak with me. I pointed at passers-by, saying. Nathan looked over, nodding, vaguely understanding. If Lucas says exercise, then exercise. Luckily, Fragrant Mountain isn't very high. We rested while slowly climbing. Finally made it to the peak. There's a glass platform jutting out. Looking down through the glass. Could still see the entrance at the mountain base. Like stepping on air. I took my phone, snapping several photos. Commemorating climbing to the peak. Nathan, eggplant. Nathan turned her head. I pressed the shutter. Her bewildered expression, not knowing what to do, was captured in the phone. Looking somewhat adorably silly. I'll send you the photos. Tonight when you get home. You can show Aunt Sophie. I smiled. Okay. After speaking, I continued photographing scenery, sending to Ryan. Also sent to Sarah Thompson. Ryan replied very quickly. You climbed Fragrant Mountain with Nathan? I was wondering why I had to go home. You don't look lonely at all. End of sentence with an evil smile emoji. Like teasing me. Sarah Thompson praised the beautiful scenery. Then reminded me to watch my health. When I finished replying to messages and was free. Only then discovered Nathan seemed strange. Her face anxious. Occasionally looking down at the clock in her hand. What's wrong? I came asking. Lucas. I need to eat. She quickly pointed at the time on the clock. Showing past 12 o'clock. Already lunchtime. Okay. Then let's go down the mountain. I nodded. Preparing a bit, starting down the mountain. They took 3 hours climbing. Going down, though simple. Still needed half an hour. Seeing lunchtime about to pass. Nathan getting more and more agitated. Mealtime passed. Let's eat half-hour late, okay? I gently coaxed her. But she completely wouldn't listen. Eyes glued to the clock. Face pale. Mouth repeating one sentence over and over. Past time. I took the clock away. Trying to pull her attention back. Voice couldn't help panicking. We can't make lunch going down the mountain. Push the time back half-hour, okay? I didn't watch the time. It's my fault. Next time I'll watch the time carefully. Let's eat a bit late, okay? Nathan suddenly jerked my hand away. Squatting on the ground, screaming violently. Punching her own head. Past time. I didn't eat on time. Lucas is angry. Lucas will never pay attention to me again. Nathan suddenly having an episode. Startling passers-by around. All avoiding us. Lynn seeing this immediately ran over, holding her hands. Not letting her continue self-harming. Mr. Lucas quickly talked to Miss. To stabilize Miss. Lynn panicking shouted. I've said it. I've said a lot. But all useless. I extremely worried. Really can't, can only force Miss to take medicine. Lynn gritting teeth. Nathan. I helplessly called her name. Every possible method used. But no effect. Before I always thought I could control her illness. Could make her illness gradually heal. But really at this moment. Only discovered I could do so little. My expression collapsed. Still urgently telling her. Nathan. Look at me. We'll go eat right now. Go right now. Nathan screaming crazily. Because both hands held wildly, shaking her body. I don't know when also fell to the ground. I carelessly was pushed down by her. Falling backward. Seeing the situation getting worse. Several passers-by around. Courageously came asking. Do you need help? I shook my head, crawling up, planning to continue coaxing Nathan. Then, as if thinking of something. Next second. I urgently asked passers-by. Do you have food? Give me some food. Yes, yes, yes. A girl took a small cookie package from her bag. Giving to me. Is one package enough? If not, I have small bread. Enough, enough. After thanking. Quickly placed cookies in Nathan's hand. Nathan, cookies. Don't you need to eat? Let's eat this. Count as eating on time. Nathan, I called her many times. Nathan's consciousness finally pulled back, eyes staring at the cookie package. Screaming gradually stopping, the pain also vanishing with it. Lynn finally breathed relief, releasing Nathan's hands, wiping sweat from forehead. She originally planned after 2 more minutes. If Miss hadn't recovered, she'd force Miss to take medicine. Luckily Miss calmed down, Nathan holding cookies tearing open, piece by piece eating, at this moment so obedient. And just now episode crazily. Completely different, like a round child, when good like a lovely angel, but when crying like a terrifying devil. Cookies finished, clock just jumped to 1 p.m. Lunchtime ended. Finished eating, Nathan's lashes fluttering, under lashes sparkling bright. Lucas, finished eating, ate on time. I listened to Lucas, ate on time. Lucas won't leave me. Just now episode noisy. I'd used all strength. I tiredly forced a smile. Very good. I suddenly self-doubting, was this clock I gave wrong? Should I require her to eat on time? With my and Lynn's exhaustion. Nathan didn't understand. Only when seeing her scarf fell on ground. Immediately picked up. Surface fur covered in dust. Very hard to clean. Though Nathan brushed however. Still one spot turned gray. Scarf dirty. She hugged scarf tensely. Tonight going back. Washing will be clean. Don't worry. I afraid she'd have episode again over this. Like coaxing a child coaxing her. Nathan frowned. Looking not very happy. But still nodded. Put scarf back on. Wash clean, she said to herself. Going down the mountain I became silent. Lynn also following closely beside. Not daring to go far. Heavy atmosphere. Making Nathan feel uneasy. Looking at me then at Lynn. Not knowing what to say. Nathan just now only ate cookies. Still needed to eat meal. At mountain base. We took car to restaurant. Lucas angry. In car Nathan lowered head. Grievedly pressing lips. No, I denied. Lucas not holding my hand. Just now on mountain. Lucas always held my hand. But now not holding. Definitely angry. Hearing this I reached over. Big hand clearly gently holding her hand. Nathan warmed. Lips gently curving up. Blooming faint smile. Next second. She noticed my palm had small wound. Blood flowing out congealed. Turned dark red. Lucas injured. She carefully lifted my palm. Voice worried. I looked down. Only discovered this small wound probably was from just now falling scratched on ground. It's fine, will heal in 2 days. I didn't care. But Nathan's emotions dropped again. Very painful. Sorry, I made Lucas injured. I'm bad person. All because of my illness. I understood her words. Comforting. It's okay. Doesn't hurt at all. Nathan frowned. Worriedly looking at small wound. I saw her serious expression. Continued comforting her. Really, warm feeling brushed across my palm. Words suddenly stopped. Nathan brought my hand to her lips. Tongue tip gently licking my wound. My pupils contracted. Shocked speechless by her action. Half hour later I jerked my hand back. Ears red as dripping blood. Voice stammering. What are you doing? Lick lick blow blow won't hurt. She's serious. Before when I bled. Lucas blew for me didn't hurt. I originally didn't hurt. I said quietly. Lying. Nathan seriously looking at me. My head without wound also very painful. Lucas's hand. With wound must hurt more than me. I red-eared quietly defending. Not lying. Also, from now on you can't do this again. Why? I choked at this question. Not knowing how to answer. Thought long. Because others might not like you. Blow. Why blow for others? Nathan head tilted. Puzzled. Only blow for Lucas. After lunch Nathan returned to Willow City. Before parting she lowered head. Especially sadly telling me sorry. Is Lucas angry at me? Why angry? I reached patting her head. Then can I still find Lucas to play? Play? Of course. Receiving answer. Nathan's mood finally improved. Took car going home. Back at dorm. I exhaustedly collapsed on chair. First time seeing Nathan episode so long. Today's energy. All used when she had episode. Thinking back. I seemed never carefully researched autism. Also exaggerated, wanting Nathan to recover normally. I tilted head looking at ceiling. Long time not moving. Not knowing what thinking. Finger unconsciously touching wound. On it seemed still lingering just now's warm feeling. Heart tingling foolishly. I suddenly sat up. Taking phone. Starting to search autism materials. Already decided from beginning. Then I must seriously treat. Evening phone on table rang. I hurried from bathroom running out answering. Discovered was Sophie. I checked time. Nathan probably already home. So knows about today's episode. Calling to ask me or blame me? I pressed lips answering. Aunt Sophie. Lucas, good evening. Had dinner? Sophie's voice gentle, soothing tension in my heart. In my impression, Aunt Sophie seemed always gentle like this. Even with Nathan also gentle and elegant. Already ate. I silent 2 seconds. Actively mentioning today. Aunt Sophie, sorry. Today Nathan's episode all because of me. How because of you? I know you don't want Nathan to have episodes. Sophie said. Exactly because of you. Because you gave her alarm clock. I somewhat dejected. If I didn't give her clock, she wouldn't stubbornly eat on time. Also wouldn't episode when missing time. Sophie. If saying that, then fault isn't yours. Nathan episodes because of autism. I surprised. How can say that? Sophie gently said. If Nathan was normal child, why go crazy over delaying? Mealtime? I opened mouth, but didn't know how to refute. Could only desolately, not. I never blamed her. Sophie gentle. I know you teach Nathan very well. Last time the girl cared about my injury. Also you taught right? And this alarm clock. Recently the girl always eats on time. William and I also more relieved. Now just small problem. But later Nathan will gradually fix. My heart somewhat touched. Auntie. You really don't blame me? I know you're a good child. I was afraid you'd blame yourself so-called. Not to blame you. Also, heard you were injured. Serious? Need doctor? Sophie caring. It's fine, just small wound. Will heal in 2 days. I quickly said. Next time I'll more carefully teach Nathan. Also carefully consider consequences. Already decided. Can't give up halfway. Thank you Lucas. Thank you for not giving up. Nathan, after the mountain climbing incident. I didn't take back the clock. But added habit of bringing small bread. If not on time. Give her bread to stabilize her emotions. Lynn. Going with Nathan also. Paid more attention. Nathan also didn't episode again. Time unknowingly came to final exams. I started busy reviewing for finals. Even contacted Nathan less. Meeting Tuesday not free. Had to repeatedly tell don't come. Not until exams finished was I freed. Winter break also officially started. In room Ryan reluctant. Next semester internship. Thought where to intern yet? Or stay in Cloud City with me? I want to return to Willow City internship near home. Can be with parents more. I thought a bit saying. Past life I stayed in Cloud City working. Later work busier and busier. To the point rarely went home. Even dad's last face didn't see. This time I want different decision from past life. Decided to stay by parents' side. Make up for past life regrets. Ryan pressed lips becoming sad. I'll definitely stay in Cloud City. Next semester internship don't need return to school. Next time meet again. Probably graduation photos. Later you working in Willow City. We'll also rarely meet. Who knows someday feelings fade. I'll really miss you. How can't meet? We'll definitely frequently contact. Even if you go abroad. Our friendship won't change. Who knows you'll even buy me plane tickets. Making me visit you. I smiled. I believe our friendship will be forever. After all past life until I died. Our friendship never faded. Ryan. Pressed lips. How could I go abroad? Anyway, holiday when free. Must come to Cloud City visit me. I'll visit you too. Definitely will. I promised him. 2 people chatted more. Ryan's phone rang. Girl's voice sounded. Brother Ryan. I'm downstairs. You down yet? If too much stuff I'll come help carry. Lucy Dow came to help him carry luggage. 2 families good relationship. Lucy Dow's parents know Ryan. Holiday bringing lots luggage home. So sent Lucy Dow to help. Of course Lucy Dow also very happy. Then I'll tell the dorm manager and come up. Quite a lot stuff. Ryan looked at 2 big luggage bags. Said, next semester not at school. Everyone packing luggage early. After defense can leave school directly. Ryan and I nearly cleaned out room. Just my home too far. Like Ryan carrying back impossible. So all sent stuff by express delivery back home. Lucy Dow came in helping Ryan carry 1 luggage bag. Immediately ran outside. Completely not daring look elsewhere. Ryan besides seeing laughed. I'm taking train home. Hour and half arrives. Back to Willow City. Lucas Sr. came to pick me up home. Whole way mentioning how mom missed me. This morning even bought lots of food making big feast. I listened while smiling. Also feeling how good coming home. Arriving home time nearly evening. Sarah Thompson really is said made sumptuous feast. All dishes I like eating. Delicious? Mom's skills haven't declined, right? Sarah Thompson watched me eat a bite. Then asked. Delicious, 5-star chef skills. I nodded confirming immediately. Sarah Thompson happily smiled. Again picking many dishes into my bowl. After dinner I went to room organizing luggage. Clothes hung on hangers in closet. Books placed on bookshelf on desk. While organizing I saw in small cabinet. Ultraman doll mom made for me. Neck had red thread. Connecting head and body together. Clearly had a story. I smiled. Also remembering old matters. First few days I received Ultraman doll. Very treasured. Went everywhere hugging it. Once Nathan and I went to park playing. Met a bratty kid. Reached grabbing doll from my arms. I naturally wouldn't let go. Used strength pulling doll back. But pulling back and forth. Weak doll broke at neck into 2 halves. I looked at broken doll. Still had several cotton balls on ground. Fallen from doll body. Stunned half hour. Cried right there. Little Nathan silly beside also startled. Perhaps little Lucas's crying stimulated her. Next second lunged at bratty kid. Bit once. Bratty kid hurt also cried. Piercing crying attracted surrounding attention. Both sides' parents quickly ran over. Sophie pulled several times before pulling little Nathan off. Why does your child bite people? My child's shoulder bleeding. Compensation. Must compensate medical fees. Bratty kid's mother heartbroken hugging child. Loudly scolding. Sophie first checked little Nathan. Seeing the girl uninjured then breathed relief. Serious face asking. Nathan, why bite people? Nathan, little Nathan ignored her. Just pulled still crying little Lucas's hand. Clumsily comforting. Don't cry, don't cry. Sophie took tissue wiping tears from my face. Gently asking. Lucas, tell auntie. What happened? I raised half Ultraman doll in hand. Pointing at bratty kid. Choking. He grabbed my Ultraman. Broke my Ultraman. My child very good. What nonsense are you saying? Broke it yourself blaming my child. So young not learning well. Learning to lie. Woman shouting. Not lying. It was him who broke it, I shouted, little. Nathan also echoed, he bad. Sophie understanding matter. Went talking with woman. After what happened I don't remember. Just know woman made child apologize. Also didn't dare demand medical fees. Then ran away. This Ultraman doll Sophie helped me sew back. But I complained sewing not pretty. So stuffed in cabinet left there. Never took out again. Now looking back really nostalgic. Thinking of Nathan. I just remembered holiday home hadn't told her. Past half month busy with finals. Replying 2 messages a day was a lot. I took phone looking. Discovered most recent reply. Still 3 days ago. But she every day reported weather once. Showing every day missed me. Looking at newest message. Cloud City cloudy today. I smiled. Fingers moving. Sent her head patting emoji. Before putting down phone. Nathan already replied. Tomorrow can find Lucas. Just looking at sentence. I could feel her overflowing expectation. I'm on holiday home, not at school. When Nathan saw this message. Stood stunned in place very long. Lucas on holiday. But Lucas didn't take my car. Went home yourself. This time home didn't take my car. Lucas angry at me? Because these days I didn't talk to Lucas. I waited a while didn't see her reply. Then put phone aside, continuing organizing luggage. Busy, I forgot this matter again. Until phone rang. Receiving Nathan's call. Lucas, sorry. I was wrong, her voice grieved. But hearing me vaguely. What did you do wrong? She puzzled. Lucas angry. I'm not angry. But Lucas not paying attention to me, not replying my messages. Definitely angry. I laughed lightly. I was just organizing stuff. Didn't look at phone. So didn't reply your message. Not because angry, understand? But Lucas didn't take my car. Definitely angry at me. Though she also didn't know what she did wrong. Because I didn't want to trouble you. Besides, I bought ticket. Taking train faster, understand? I explained. Not trouble. She quickly explained. I gently said. Okay. Not trouble. Then next time I'll take your car, okay? Nathan indeed was coaxed. Pressed lips, smiling faintly. My hand still hadn't finished organizing clothes. Just said few simple sentences to her. Then hung up. But she satisfied, hugging phone. Anxious mood also became happy. Next morning, I followed Lucas Sr. and them out. To breakfast shop helping. Near noon. Fewer customers. I finally had free time. I turned my neck. Outside shop not far. A familiar car entered my sight. I walked toward it. I knocked on car door. Car door lowered. Revealing small face, slightly excited, eyes bright. Lucas. Nathan happy. When did you come? Why didn't tell me? I stood outside car. Seeing her stick head out. Couldn't help reaching to pat. Had breakfast then came. She rubbed against my palm. In my eyes. This action. Exactly like a puppy being affectionate with its owner. Miss wanted to come early this morning. Waited at Mr. Lucas's neighborhood gate for a long time. Finally I said you might be at the breakfast shop. Then Miss came here. Lynn seized the chance to help her miss. I knew Nathan came to find me. But I looked at my parents still cleaning in the shop. Somewhat awkward. Though I'm on holiday. Still have to help with housework. So can't go play with you. Also almost lunchtime. You go home with Lynn. Okay? I said to Nathan. Nathan's lips just curved up. Immediately drooped down. Expression somewhat disappointed. Lucas seems always busy. No time to play with me. Be good. Go home quickly. So cold outside. Don't stay out long. I patted her head, about to wave goodbye. She answered sadly. But next second, a gentle voice sounded from behind. Is this Nathan? Mom saw from over there looked familiar. Coming closer, indeed it is. I turned looking. Sarah Thompson had come near. Still smiling, looking at them. Mom. Why did Mom come here? I surprised. Mom came to visit Nathan. Last time the girl came, Mom didn't get to greet. Sarah Thompson hadn't finished speaking. Again looked at Nathan. Nathan came to find Lucas to play? Nathan didn't react. Just stared at me. I afraid Mom would be embarrassed. Finger secretly poked her arm. My mom is asking you. She looked at the poked skin. Dazed half an hour. Then slowly raised head, glancing at Sarah Thompson. I came to find Lucas to play. Brief answer. Good thing Sarah Thompson already knew her personality. About being ignored for half a day. Also didn't mind. She said to me. Shop's work is done. You kids go play. I knew Mom loved me. Didn't want me too busy. But I still shook head. Almost noon. She needs to go home for lunch. Play next time. Sarah Thompson, hearing this, displayed full adult hospitality enthusiasm. Quickly invited Nathan. Perfect, we're also about to go home, cook lunch. Nathan, come eat at our house. Pausing a bit, she added, together with Lucas. Nathan, hearing the latter sentence. Disappointed eyes became bright. This time no need. I reminded, already actively answered. Together with Lucas. Sarah Thompson smiled. This girl still like before. Only mentioning Lucas gets reaction. Then decided like this. Nathan, have any dish want to eat? Auntie will make for you. Without keyword reminder. Nathan again didn't move. Then Auntie will buy herself. Sarah Thompson talked to herself. Mom. Why did Mom invite her home? I pulled her clothes. Said quietly. I've seen her episode going crazy. People around all get hurt. Me getting hurt is fine. I worry about accidentally hurting Mom and Dad. Nathan, hearing, grievedly. Can't come? I didn't expect being overheard. Expression flustered. About to explain. Sarah Thompson already said first. Can. Of course can. Our Nathan isn't an outsider. Nathan pressed lips. Eyes looking at me pitifully. Quite a pitiful feeling. Waiting for my answer. I looked into her eyes. Heart immediately softened. Can come. Receiving agreement. Her pitiful look disappeared. Eye corners and lips curved up in faint smile. Nathan and I grew up together since young. My parents both knew her. Enthusiastically led her home. They also invited Lynn, but Lynn declined. Told me, if anything happens call her. Then stayed in car waiting. Nathan after many years came to my house again. Not polite at all. Very naturally sat on sofa. Also pulled me to sit together. Lucas talk with Nathan. Mom and your dad go cook. Just arrived. Sarah Thompson carried vegetables to kitchen. Lucas Sr. also followed in. Living room left just two of them. I looked at the girl beside eyes not blinking. Staring at me. Helplessly smiled. Want water or tea? Nathan didn't speak. I decided myself pouring her glass of plain water. She held glass drinking. Eyes still quietly watching me. Sometimes I really wanted to know. Wasn't she bored? Drinking water must focus. Don't look around. I reminded. Nathan, Ed obediently drinking all water. Then added. Not looking around. I'm looking at Lucas. Not looking around. I sat straight. Next second. Embarrassed gaze looked elsewhere. Nathan rarely actively talked. Seeing I wasn't talking to her anymore. She then looked at me dazedly. Many times she could sit on sofa all day. I didn't disturb her, but did my own things near her. Until Sarah Thompson brought dishes out. I then pulled her wandering thoughts back. Led her to dining table sitting. Nathan try the braised fish Auntie made. Auntie remembers you used to really like eating. Don't know if still like now. Just sat down. Sarah Thompson already picked large fish piece for her. Mom, did Mom forget you have a son? I pouted, signaling my bowl had no food. Lucas Sr. smiled. Also picked fish piece for me. Dad remembers Lucas used to also like eating braised fish. Still like eating now. Just at school can't often eat. I ate fish piece into mouth. Face exaggerated. Thanks Dad. Still Dad treats me well, Sarah. Thompson glanced at me. I immediately smiled. Mom also treats me well. Thanks for Mom's braised fish. Lucas family meals very lively. But her home completely different. Nathan's ears kept having sounds entering. She counted in heart. I talked more than talking to her. She pressed lips. Heart somewhat dejected. But next second I picked carrots into her bowl. She quickly also picked same dish, half hour. Later, lunch finished eating. Can't let parents cook and wash dishes. So I actively took dishwashing job. When I finished washing dishes came out. Saw Nathan sitting on sofa sadly. Dozing off. Hugging a pillow in arms. Head occasionally nodding down. Again forcing not willing to sleep. Mom told Nathan go to Mom and Dad's room sleep. But the girl wouldn't. Sarah Thompson told me. I came over. Then can sleep in my room? She eyes half closed. Hearing this was Lucas's voice. Nodded. My room not big. Had one bed. One desk and wardrobe. No extra space. Nathan and I entering somewhat cramped. Hand warmer, her eyes sharply discovered. Hand warmer placed on bed. Was what she gave Lucas. Lucas puts hand warmer beside pillow. Like I also put scarf beside pillow. Can always see, like discovering something. Lips happily curved up. My house no heater somewhat cold. I'll charge hand warmer. Later for you to hug sleeping. I went taking hand warmer to side charging. Nathan shook head. No, for Lucas. That's what I gave Lucas, I can't touch. Given to me is mine now. Now I'm lending to you. After using remember return to me. I said, will return. She nodded promising. Then I told Nathan take off coat and shoes. Get on bed sleep. Also stuffed charged hand warmer in her arms. Okay. You sleep here. I go out help Mom with work. Nathan really sleepy. Just closed eyes already slept. I stood beside for a while. Then turned leaving room. Sarah Thompson seeing me out. Again looked at tightly closed door. Rather disapproving. Why let a girl sleep in your room? Didn't we sleep in same bed before? Back then why didn't mom say? I didn't care. Sarah Thompson said. Back then you were young. Now you're grown. How can it be the same? Alright. Mom, don't worry about son's matters randomly. He has his own judgment. Lucas Sr. helped son speak. Okay. I'm worrying randomly. You father and son colluding, right? Sarah Thompson rolled eyes at husband. Lucas Sr. next second opened daily wife coaxing mode. I beside watching smiled. Old neighborhood soundproofing not good. Even in room. Could hear children playing in hallway. Nathan slept a while was woken. Opened eyes. Vaguely looking at unfamiliar ceiling. Half hour later remembered she was in my room. She hugged hand warmer going out. I was at living room table kneading dough. Cheeks also had flour. Awake, why not wearing sweater and coat? I saw on her. Still thin clothes when sleeping. Surprised. Nathan's mood seemed very good. Pain from being woken. Also vanished seeing me. She slowly came near me. In my confusion reached hugging me. Later can also just waking. Already see Lucas, right? Her voice carried some still not awake from sleep. She thought, if every time waking from sleep, could immediately see Lucas like this. Heart warm. Even headache not scary. I frozen for long. Feeling girl's fragrance and curves in arms. Panic then slowly rising. You quickly go back put on clothes. Hurry, my voice stammering. She nodded obediently going back to room. If she entered a bit later, would see my cheeks flushed red. Gaze not knowing where to put. Though this hug just brushed past. But adding her words said. Became ambiguous unclear. Good thing my parents went out. Otherwise I wouldn't know how to explain. I patted cheeks. Wanting myself calm down. But forgot hands still had flour. Cheeks also dirty. Completely no appearance of calm. Nathan changed clothes came out. I washed hands and face led her downstairs home. Be good at home. In 2 days when I'm free we'll visit you. I instructed. Like worrying about child visiting. She nodded. Again uneasily reminded. Must remember. I'll remember. When we went downstairs, Lynn was leaning on car door calling. Hand still holding cigarette. Seeing us come, Lynn quickly put out cigarette. Phone also quickly hung up. Miss going home? I saw she didn't react then answered for her. Trouble you, miss. Just now at Mr. Lucas's house nothing happened, right? Miss looks very happy. Lynn smiled. Nathan's eyes moved. Finally opened mouth. Happy, waking up could see. She big eyes looking at me. Not understanding why I covered her mouth. Okay, the rest no need to say. My cheeks somewhat red. Said quietly to her. Seeing her nod. I then released hand. Lucas's hand fragrant. Who knew next second? She seriously said words even more making people embarrassed. I secretly glanced at Lynn. Hoping she didn't hear. To reduce my embarrassment. But saw her pressing lips secretly smiling. Ears immediately flushed red. Okay, you quickly go home. I urged Nathan quickly get in car. At this time an old lady walked past us. Seeing Nathan then puzzled. Girl. You came again. Long time no see you. You two made up yet? I recognized her. Was Mrs. Wong who moved here few years ago. Initially I thought Mrs. Wong mistook person. Until Nathan who never paid attention to anyone. Opened mouth saying. Made up, ha, making up is good. Boys are like that, later you must coax more. The lady's topic once started didn't stop. Rambled a while before leaving. And Nathan. Besides initial, made up. No more reaction to her. You two know each other? I looked at Mrs. Wang's departing back. Really hard to imagine. She not good at communicating. Had acquaintance in our neighborhood. Moreover, this Mrs. Wong rambles non-stop. Belongs to type 2 completely unrelated people. I really curious. Could Mrs. Wong have way to make her communicate normally? Nathan nodded. No. I wanted to ask more. But she already got in car. Seatbelt also obediently fastened. Lucas, goodbye. Goodbye. I had to give up. Waved at her. Going upstairs home. I met Mrs. Wong again in hallway. hands carrying 3 heavy bags. Immediately went to help. Mrs. Wong, let me help you. The boy from just now? Thank you. Mrs. Wong smiled brightly. Mrs. Wong moved here when I just started college. Very long not at home. New neighbors also didn't know me. How do you know Nathan Watson? My curiosity rose. Nathan Watson? Mrs. Wong puzzled. The girl who just greeted downstairs. Speaking of which, she used to come here often. Right at our neighborhood gate. Standing all day. I always saw her coming and going. I followed Mrs. Wong. While going upstairs with her. While listening to her tell about meeting Nathan. Once, I saw her holding bouquet, dropped few flowers. Helped her pick up and said few words. She said came to find someone. I heard driver beside say. She fought with friend. Then knew she was waiting for friend. Also specially brought flowers to apologize. But I saw her looking whole month. Didn't even see person's shadow. Probably person didn't want to see her, later saw her intermittently. Waited 1-2 months then didn't see anymore. Don't know who she was waiting for. In the neighborhood. Middle-aged women's gossiping ability very strong. Mrs. Wong mysteriously. I guess fought broke up with boyfriend. You're her friend. Do you know inside story? I promise won't tell anyone. She said quietly. I laughed dryly shaking head. If I didn't guess wrong. Nathan probably came to find me. Right around time we cut ties. Back then still summer vacation. But I at home rarely went out. Turns out she always came to find me downstairs. Also holding flowers. Don't know who taught her. Just imagining. Her silly face holding flowers. Already found funny. Parents coming and going probably all saw her. But why no one told me? What Mrs. Wong said after. Somewhat far-fetched. I didn't listen anymore. Mind wandering followed Mrs. Wong up several floors. Mrs. Wong stopped at a door. I'm here. Thank you. Want to come in for tea? Ah, no need, no need. My home has things. Won't trouble you. I woke politely declining her. After speaking I quickly ran upstairs home. Evening whole family eating dinner. I specially asked them about this. Sarah Thompson looked at husband. Expression flustered. We saw back then you didn't want to see her. So didn't tell you. Back then you. Even Nathan's name wouldn't let us mention. How dare tell you. Besides you back then wanted to cut ties with her. Very determined. We said she stood downstairs looking for you every day. What use? Who knew you two now suddenly made up? Right. Lucas Sr. echoed. That period we went out. Downstairs met her looking up can't see looking down see again. Many times we also embarrassed. Good thing later you went to school. She didn't come anymore. Sarah Thompson said. I silent. She didn't come downstairs anymore. Was she followed me to school? Every day just standing at school gate. Wanting to see me once. Seeing me again didn't dare come out. During time I knew nothing. She always waited for me. Waited for me to see her. Waited for me to make up with her. I mood complex finished rice in bowl. After eating I went to kitchen helping dad work. Preparing early tomorrow's shop supplies. Until late night finished. I exhausted no strength going to room. Fell straight on bed pulling blanket rubbing. Not until smelling fragrance in blanket. I suddenly remembered. Nathan Noon lay on my bed napping. Couldn't help remembering Noon's hug. Though brushed past but made my cheeks burn. I busy at home 2 days. During received messages Nathan sent. Reminding me don't forget visit her. I saw this message couldn't help smiling. Then found free time. After finishing breakfast shop work. Went to Watson House finding her. Last time at Watson House too rushed. Also didn't bring gifts. Empty-handed going. This time I specially bought fruit. Called Nathan telling her. Got agreement took car over. But arriving at Villa District Gate. Because unfamiliar face was stopped by security. Sorry, I'm visiting friend. I explained. May I ask which house? I need to call confirm. Then can let you in. Security said, Watson House. Okay, please wait. Security flipped phone book. Immediately called asking. When he called, I also took phone messaging Nathan. Telling her I arrived at neighborhood gate. A white Maserati. Drove from outside in. Stopped behind me. I thought standing at gate blocking people. then stood aside. Who knew? Driver's door lowered. A beautiful woman looked at me. Surprised, happy. Handsome guy. Your keys dropped. Her voice cold and moving, making people intoxicated. If Ryan were here, a person obsessed with beauty and voice couldn't control himself. I looked down, discovered my keys, really lying pitifully on ground. Immediately picked up. I thought a bit. Probably just now taking phone from backpack. Accidentally dropped. Thanks. I curved lips. Smile somewhat embarrassed. The cold woman nodded. Closed car door, driving into Villa District. Car just entered gate. Already saw Nathan coming to greet. Like having urgent matter. Steps hurried. Woman recognized that was Watson family's daughter. Same circle. Also somewhat heard. News this girl mentally abnormal. Car passed beside her. Drove a distance. Woman casually glanced rearview mirror. Only discovered man at gate. Turns out knew Nathan. Man looking at Nathan, expression gentle. Smile at lips also brighter than just now. Woman stunned a bit. Quickly recovered. Driving car continued going. Villa District gate. I surprised looking at Nathan running over. Winter yet forehead sweating. I took tissue giving her. Why did you come here? Tell security. I can go in myself. Nathan eyes sparkling bright. Received tissue just holding in hand, not wiping. Lips faint smile looking at me. Miss Lucas. I want to quickly see Lucas, wipe sweat first. I pointed at tissue in her hand. She casually wiped sweat on forehead. After wiping, even folded tissue neatly, then threw in trash. I smiled lightly. Following Nathan going in. Security knew Nathan. Seeing her personally came to greet me, didn't stop anymore. From neighborhood gate to Watson house still a distance. Walking on road, seeing her keep looking at me. I actively said, fruit in hand too heavy. Can you help me carry? I remembered treating autism. One method is learning to communicate with people. Then start from learning to help people carry things. Nathan nodded hard. Nimbly carrying fruit. Expression carrying some pride. Like wanting praise for being obedient. Nathan and I. Walking while talking about past few days. Not yet at Watson house gate. From far already saw Sophie standing at gate. Waiting for them. I urged her. Led her walking faster. Red plastic bag in Nathan's hand, very obvious. Sophie glanced, seeing immediately. According to her daughter's personality. The girl wouldn't buy fruit. So could only be I brought. Sophie immediately understood. Said to me. Why also buy fruit? Everyone is family. No need to be polite. On the way over. Saw these apples, oranges fresh. So bought them. Just right for Nathan to eat fruit. Supplement vitamins. I said, then turned looking at Nathan. Smiling, asking. Okay? Seeing her nod, agreeing. Sophie knew she definitely would listen to me eat fruit. Before home had fruit she never ate. Again didn't dare force too much, afraid she'd episode. Good thing have Lucas. Looks like this time don't need to ask, she'll actively eat. Sophie smiled brightly, leading me into house. Also not caring about daughter behind. Seeing housekeeper wanting to come up. Help her carry fruit. She even stopped. Let Nathan carry herself. Don't need everything helping her. Housekeeper answered, turning. Person going to make tea for me. Lucas had lunch? Or should I have nanny make a portion? Sophie caring. I ate at home before coming. Troubling you again. I quickly waved. Then fine. But if hungry, remember, tell me. I'll immediately have her cook. I'll remember. Thank you, Aunt Sophie. Two of us talking beside. Nathan waited a while. Expression gradually starting urgent. Black eyes staring at me. Again worriedly looking at Sophie. Trying to attract our attention. But when no one paid attention to her. Slowly lowered head, standing in place, not speaking. Finally still, I opened mouth asking what's wrong with her. Nathan pressed lips. Glanced at me once. Eyes seeming full of grievance. Quickly lowered again. What happened? You don't tell me. I don't know what to do. Next time will still happen things making you unhappy. I said. I saw in materials. Autistic children often appear very cold. Like having no emotions. But all because they don't know how to express. And what we need to do is teach her learn how to express her emotions. So tell me, what are you unhappy about? I slowly guided her to let her speak her thoughts. her lashes fluttering, clearly listening, lips pressed together like hesitating. I also didn't rush her, quietly waiting for her to speak. Very long time, her lips finally willing to speak. Lucas came to find me. Right, to find you. Not understanding the meaning of this sentence, Mom pulled Lucas away. She complained, looking at Sophie. Lucas clearly came to find me. But Mom kept holding Lucas. I thought for a moment, then understood what her two sentences meant. After realizing, momentarily between laughing and crying, I was just talking with Aunt Sophie a bit. We'll still play with you later. Time not enough, she dejectedly. Lucas came at 13:17. Going home at 1700. Time together, only 3 hours 43 minutes. Now Mom kept Lucas 18 minutes. Time reduced again, but one day has 24 hours. I waited for Lucas 72 hours. This 3 hours 25 minutes meeting too short. Time not enough. I confused, wanted to ask more. Sophie stopped, expression on face complex, but she still loved her daughter. Gently said, Mom won't talk anymore, won't talk. Nathan play with Lucas. Mom going upstairs to rest a bit. After speaking quickly went upstairs. I looked at her departing back. Heart also embarrassed. Auntie must be sad. I came to your house to find you. You still complained she talked with me. Nathan pressed lips. Lowered head, not speaking. Auntie raised you up. She never complained about you. How can you complain about her? I lifted her face. Angrily pinching hard. I haven't seen Lucas for very long. She also knew she did wrong. Quietly defending. Mom also long time no see you. You still came to my house to see me. Auntie even longer than you not seeing me. What's wrong with saying two sentences to me? I glared at her. Nathan thought indeed so. Head immediately drooped down. What should you say when doing wrong? Knowing she realized the mistake. I then asked further. Sorry. This sentence she was very proficient. Not to say to me, must say to your mom. I pointed at the stairs, signaling her to go up. She was silent for a while. Under my encouraging gaze turned going upstairs. In bedroom, Sophie sitting by bed, looking at Nathan's photo on phone screen. Sighing deeply. Turns out the screen photo was the girl wearing new clothes. Taken to show Lucas. After New Year's the girl and Lucas climbed mountain. Sent her a selfie. Then changed it. Daughter when young held in arms so tiny. Very cute. Though later discovered autism. 3-4 years old still didn't open mouth to call mom dad. But back then the girl still listened to her. Just after meeting Lucas. The girl's mind all thinking of Lucas. Also not listening to mom's words. Even starting to complain about her. Bothering her and Lucas. Thinking this. She again breathed out a turbid breath. Suddenly room door sounded. A knock attracting her attention. When she was in room. Housekeepers didn't come in to clean. Could it be husband back? In her puzzlement Nathan walked in. She quickly glanced at Sophie. Again expression anxious, rubbing feet. Nathan, why come up here? Aren't you playing with Lucas? Sophie surprised. Just now still complained she took Lucas's time. Now why actively giving up time together? Coming to find her? Sorry, not complaining about mom, Nathan said quietly. What? Sophie stunned. Just heard what? For a moment, she doubted her ears had problem. Heard wrong. Nathan thought her voice too quiet. She didn't hear clearly. Silent 2 seconds. Came closer few steps for her to hear. Sorry. Not complaining about mom, she repeated once. Sophie's heart immediately filled with surprised joy. This was second time she received apology from daughter. Last time was when the girl had episode hurting her. It's okay, mom doesn't blame Nathan. She emotionally somewhat excited. Happy until hands feet didn't know where to put. Nathan serious. Next time let mom talk. 15 minutes. Lucas lend mom 15 minutes. Can't be more. Housekeeper made me a cup of tea. I sat on sofa drinking while waiting for Nathan to come down. Occasionally still uneasily looking toward stairs. Also didn't know if she apologized well. Her clumsy mouth. What if didn't say well? Actually I also understood Sophie's feelings. If it were me raising daughter over 20 years. Being complained about for talking few sentences with friend. Heart would also feel very uncomfortable. Moreover, Sophie's sad because of me. From my standpoint, also awkward, embarrassed. Thoughts in my head flying far. Waking up, Nathan don't know when came down from upstairs. Already sitting beside me. You're back. Did you apologize well upstairs? How did Aunt Sophie react? Did she say anything? I urgently asked several questions. Did apologize, Mom forgave. She answered. I even apologized twice. Mom didn't react. Finally, like before fighting with Lucas. One hug, Mom immediately forgave. I'm very smart. But hugging Mom, my body stiff like wood. Very strange, she naively thought. Forgiveness is good. If next time still do wrong. Making Aunt Sophie or Uncle Watson angry. Must apologize well, understand? Really can't then give them small gift. You're so cute. They definitely will forgive you. I preventing in advance. Early suggesting to her. Giving gift will be forgiven? Nathan suddenly asked. Of course. They definitely happily forgive you. Lucas also forgives? Ah, let me think. I pretended to pause. When her expression urgent, then joked. Then I have to see what gift. Then choose forgive or not. Are flowers big gift? She wasn't sure. Depends what flowers. Words suddenly stopped. I remembered what Mrs. Wong said last time. One day she held bouquet waiting for me downstairs. From morning to night, bouquet lost water, wilted, still couldn't wait. So she was asking about this? Asking if she received flowers would forgive her. Not cut ties anymore. Nathan head tilted, not understanding why my voice suddenly stopped. My voice somewhat hoarse. I heard last time greeting. Mrs. Wong said summer after high school graduation. Saw you holding bouquet coming to find me. Didn't meet Lucas. She nodded, though didn't know who Mrs. Wong was. But she indeed held flowers looking for Lucas. I pressed lips. That period I rarely went outside. Moreover, even if met, I probably would have ignored her, directly avoiding. Would Lucas receiving forgive me? She wanted to know the answer. I hesitated a bit, finally firmly nodded. Yes, if was me before might not forgive, but me now definitely choose forgiveness. Hearing my answer, Nathan's mouth corners then curved up, eyes happily curved. Suddenly she seemed to remember something. Quickly pulled my hand leading upstairs. I unexpectedly was pulled into room by Nathan. She seemed very urgently looking for something. Constantly flipping books on shelf. Looking for what? I'll also help you look. I suggested. Looking for flowers, flowers. Flowers I gave Lucas. Why would flowers be in books? If you want flowers. Later we go to flower shop to look. I looked at her irrational action. Thought her mind confused again. Was sign of episode. Stone in heart suspended midair. Nathan didn't answer. Mouth repeatedly chanting, flowers. I stood beside worrying. Not knowing what to do. To soothe her agitation. Thinking whether should go out tell Sophie. Nathan's eyes lit up. Finally found what she wanted. Found it, for Lucas. She excitedly placed a dried flower petal. Into my palm. What is this? My expression mistaken. Didn't expect. She was looking for a specimen pressed in book. Flower petal, she seriously answered. I know. I mean, why give me this flower petal specimen? This is petal from flowers I bought that day. Now giving to Lucas. Forgive, sentence wanted to say rather long. She thought long before stammering few sentences. I pieced together a bit. Then understood her meaning. This petal from bouquet she bought before. Now giving petal to me. Replacing bouquet from 3 years ago, couldn't give. Asking me to forgive her. Because I said if I received that bouquet. Would definitely forgive her. Because she always wanted my forgiveness. I looked down at petal in palm pressed dry flat. But leaf veins still clear. Heart mixed feelings. I'll be good, won't follow Lucas closely. Don't ignore me anymore. Nathan promised me. She always thought. Because she followed me closely, not leaving. So I cut ties with her. She was already fixing. Very hard restraining herself. Just sometimes couldn't help secretly going to see me. My throat tightened. Opening mouth. Okay. Don't you realize I've already forgiven you? Otherwise why would I come find you to play? That's right. Nathan's suddenly understanding expression made me happy. Didn't you want to go out to play? Then let's go. I carefully put petal in wallet hiding well. Happily pulled her going outside. In front of Century Mall is Century Square. Even more people than inside the mall. Street vendors set up here. Lively, not losing to inside the mall. This time I brought Nathan over, already did homework. To let her learn actively communicating between people. Step out from her closed world. I found a ceramic painting stall. Relatively few people. Sat down telling Nathan. I want to play this. You help me ask the boss how much. Her eyes sparkled. Secretly pulled my shirt corner. Clearly refusing. I lifted her face. Voice gentle. Help me ask, okay? Nathan bit lip. Like deciding something important, nodded hard. Standing up step by step, moving. Getting close to boss. How much money? What did you say? Speak louder, can't hear clearly. Boss's voice resounding. Personality also fiery. Making her startled. She stunned few seconds. Neck stiff, turning head. Face full of fear, helplessly looking at me for help. Finally, this inquiry still needed me to help complete. Boss gave us a ceramic bear. Also gave several paint brushes. And a small plate holding paint. When choosing ceramic, I discovered Nathan looked at this bear many times. So chose it. She seemed to really like little bears. Last time dumplings. Stuffed animal on hand warmer. And this time ceramic bear. Before didn't see her like cartoon bears. Now why does she like? What color should paint its fur? I looked at colorful colors. Hesitating. Colors painted on ceramic they choose themselves. Even if paint blue fur for it. No one would say anything. Brown. Nathan serious. In others' eyes. This type ceramic can paint freely. In her eyes must be serious, careful. Paint colors according to reality. Bears usually white, brown, black colors. Other colors she wouldn't accept. If painted wrong she'd be uncomfortable. In head keep remembering this matter. Even after 2-3 days still uneasy. Considered a type of compulsion. This point I understand clearly. When young I painted colors liked flying free. Blue grass and such. Black sun. Once little Nathan accidentally saw. Nagged in ear 3 days, grass is green color. Sun is yellow color. Finally I couldn't stand it. Drew a picture with normal colors for her. Then had peace. Remembering old matters I smiled lightly. Pulling thoughts back. Nathan. Already focused, carefully painting bear. Colors on bear though only half done. But this half colors vivid. Could see she very attentive. I couldn't conveniently interrupt, ruining her masterpiece. Sat beside watching her paint bear. Last stroke painted done. Nathan happily put brush down. Very satisfied with work. Done. She happily looked at me. Very good. Definitely the boss seeing. Painted best. I praised generously. Nathan very responsive. Mouth corners curved up, not coming down. Until she saw customers beside. They all 2-3 people painting one ceramic. Happily talking, laughing. I forgot Lucas. She panicked. Worriedly looking at me. Didn't paint for Lucas. I did wrong again. Lucas clearly said play with me. I alone painted bear. Understanding her meaning. I comforted. It's okay. You see over there also 2 people came. One person painting. I pointed at opposite position, a couple. Daughter painting alone. Dad standing beside watching. Like us just now. She painted. Lucas beside watching. Nathan's worry eased. But felt something wrong. Boss sprayed fixative on ceramic bear. Then put in box packaging for them to take. With my praise before. And happy mood resonating. Nathan, though scared, still dared pay boss money, not small progress. Way home she always hugged box in arms. Loving, not letting go. This is bear Lucas and I painted together. So Lucas and I painted together. I must store it. Square people coming going. Nathan both hugging ceramic just painted. Both carefully avoiding crowds. Not wanting to touch others. Other hand still had to watch me. Afraid I'd get lost. One mind 3 uses result was when leaving. Square bumped into a child. Child fell sitting on ground. Wah! Cried out. Nathan's body immediately stiffened. Immediately retreated behind me. Expression fearful, lowering head. Piercing crying made her face pale. I immediately came to child, helping up. Dusting off body. Gently coaxing. Sorry, sister didn't mean to. Are you hurt anywhere? Brother take you to hospital? Little girl pointed at her bottom. Big tears falling from eye corners. Voice sniffling acting cute. Bottom hurts. Seeing little girl not injured. I then relieved. Taking tissue wiping tears for little girl. Sorry. Brother give you a lollipop. Can forgive that sister? Little girl sniffled. Aggrieved humph. Children eat lollipops. I'm already grown up. I smiled. Okay, you want bubble tea? Little girl's eyes lit up. Crying also stopped. I heard bubble tea very delicious. But mom never lets me drink. Remembered for very long. What bubble tea for children? Change to milk. I didn't approve little girl's suggestion. No. I want bubble tea. Little girl stomped hard. Twisting body. Seeing little girl about to cry again. I worried little girl scare Nathan. Had to compromise agreeing. Okay. Bubble tea then bubble tea. Little girl's mouth corners curved up. Finally happily smiled. I coaxed little girl then free to check Nathan. Saw her face still somewhat pale. Worried. Head starting to hurt again? Touched leg. Uncomfortable, she pouted. Aggrieved leaning close to me. I knew she didn't like contact with others. Every time going out carefully avoiding people around. Though this time only touched legs. Heart still uncomfortable like this. I bent down dusting her pant legs. Okay, now no one else's. Breath anymore, uncomfortable? She shook head. Face gradually recovering. Discomfort also vanished, her mouth corners curved up. Mood soaring. Now became Lucas's breath. Like, while I and Nathan talking. Little girl standing beside waiting. Impatient. Brother done yet? I want bubble tea. Done. Near square many bubble tea shops. Bubble tea shops have fruit tea. Coconut milk tea various types. I still wasn't comfortable letting children drink. Bubble tea sugar too high. So when ordering, secretly told staff 1 cup half sugar coconut milk. Children can't distinguish bubble tea and coconut milk. Just seeing in bubble tea cup. Then consider it bubble tea. Sucked 1 big sip. Eyes bright. No wonder many people say bubble tea delicious. Little girl hugging bubble tea happily drinking. I shook head smiling. Turning back. Again saw Nathan beside seemed unhappy. Pressing lips. Eyes staring at coconut milk in little girl's hand. I looked at Nathan. Again looked at coconut milk in little girl's hand. Somewhat surprised. You also want to drink? Outside food never attracted her. Could say eating completely no requirements. I first time seeing her staring at coconut milk in others' hands. Seemed very concerned. Hearing my words. Her lashes fluttered. Lips pressed starting not speaking. Want to drink or not want to drink? You must say so I know. You don't say want to drink how can I buy for you? I lifted her face seriously saying. Nathan shook head, but hesitantly nodded. Want to drink Lucas buys. I also want bubble tea Lucas buys. Important not bubble tea, but Lucas buying. I turned back buying her a cup coconut milk. Later wanting anything must tell people beside. That way others will know. Understand? She learned from little girl. Using straw drinking 1 sip coconut milk. Then preciously hugging in arms. Not drinking anymore. She looked at coconut milk in hand. Eyebrows curved up. Eyes happily squinting. This is Lucas bought for me. Brother sister also haven't drunk bubble tea? Little girl seeing her. Even more excited than herself drinking bubble tea. Curiously looked at her twice. I thought a bit. Probably not. Shook head again looking at little girl. Where are your parents? Why haven't they come find you? Little girl been with them so long. Still didn't see parents looking. Or haven't discovered child missing? Just now busy coaxing people didn't look carefully. Now only discovered. Clothes on little girl all brand names. Family background seems wealthy noble. Then should watch child more carefully. Little girl paused. Second before. Still happy about drinking bubble tea. Small face then drooped down. Using force pressing lips. Sadly. I don't have parents. I secretly ran out. I stunned. Didn't expect touching others' pain. Silent. Sorry. They definitely in heaven protecting you. So this time you came out met me. Not bad people. Brother, right. So today I got to drink bubble tea. Little girl quickly happy again. Grinning. Where's your home? Now bubble tea drunk, brother take you home. I said, no, I don't want go home. Little girl expression refusing. Shrinking body aside, almost touching Nathan's leg. Nathan's spirit immediately alert. Stepped back one step from little girl. Little girl blinked. Reached wanting to grab her pants. But next second she avoided again. Like discovering something novel. Chasing Nathan wanting to touch her. Nathan continuously dodging, refusing little girl touching. Soon two people started chasing. This playing scene at square not uncommon. But girl and child's looks too high. Making others look twice more. Little girl chasing very happily. Clear laughter ringing throughout square. But Nathan avoiding uncomfortably. Face gradually paling. I seeing immediately blocked little girl. Stop. Run, more bubble tea in hand will fall. Falls I won't buy again. Hearing my words. Little girl then stopped. Two small hands tightly holding bubble tea. Then glancing Nathan pouting unhappily. Why brother can touch sister can't? Does sister hate me? Hearing little girl's question I suddenly choked. Not knowing how to answer. Luckily suddenly a panicked voice sounded from side. Saved me from this question. Luna, a woman expression tense hurriedly ran over. Squatting before little girl hugging tight. Why did you secretly run out? Do you know how worried we were? I thought you were kidnapped. Almost called police. Woman's voice tense hoarse. Two hands trembling lifting little girl's head. Fear in heart seeing little girl. Safe then soothed. Little girl lowered head. Uneasily rubbing hands. Grandma, I'm sorry, okay. Let's go home first. Your mom's still waiting at home. Worried couldn't go to company. Woman pulled little girl. Leading out of square. Little girl obediently going home. Walking 2 steps suddenly remembered something. Again jerking hand running to me. Brother. Thank you for bubble tea. My name is Diana Luna. Don't forget me. Goodbye. Small white hand forcefully waving. Again continued running to woman's side. Holding grandma's hand going home. Little girl just left. Surroundings then quiet. Small matter passed. I should also go home, turning back. Discovered Nathan face somber still unhappy. What's wrong? Just touched? I asked. Nathan lips unhappily pressed tight, originally didn't want to say, again remembered Lucas. Said must let him know what thinking. Then opened red lips. Bubble tea spilled. Bubble tea Lucas bought for me spilled. Not because little girl wanted to touch me. I hate little girl. I looked down. Discovered coconut milk spilled mostly. Pants and hands all wet. While I rummaging pocket for tissues. Nathan eyes slightly lowered. Using tongue licking coconut milk on hand. Action carrying some sensual quality. I stunned a bit. Quickly pulled her arm. Dazedly asking. What are you doing? Bubble tea Lucas bought, precious. She explained. This bubble tea Lucas bought. Very precious, can't waste. Must drink all. My ears reddened. Eyes sparkling. That bubble tea dirty, don't need to care. Wipe hands and pants clean first. I handed tissue. Nathan nodded wanting to take tissue. But discovered her hands not enough to use. She one hand holding bubble tea. One hand holding the painted ceramic bear. Neither willing to put down. I'll help you hold them. You wipe clean first. I took the items over. While she wiped her hands. Occasionally still looking at the items in my hands twice. Confirming they were safe. She quickly wiped carelessly twice. Until getting the items back in her hands. Then breathed relief. I teased her. What? Are you afraid I'll throw them away? She shook her head. Lucas won't give them to me, after speaking. She hugged the items tighter to her chest. Afraid I'd take the gifts back. Hey, careful, the bubble tea will spill again. Don't hold so tight. I patted her arm. Relax. I won't fight you for them. Her eyebrows curved. Blooming a faint smile. Looking at me with eyes full of sparkling light. Her whole being looking extremely happy. Lucas gave me gifts. Moreover 2 items. Like last time. Today is another good day. She thought, when Nathan got home. She immediately placed the painted ceramic bear into the glass display cabinet. She looked at the bubble tea in her hand again. Though only half a cup left. She was slightly angry, but thinking a bit still stored it away. Lucas last time cleared many things from the cabinet. The cabinet became empty. Now seeing the cabinet gradually filling again. Heart feeling warm. Nathan, dinner time. Let's go downstairs. Sophie knocked on the door. Stepping in to say. Nathan looked at the alarm clock. 6:01 in the morning. She was 1 minute late. Her expression changed, immediately turning to go downstairs. Sophie looked at the girl's back. Satisfied, smiling. Since Lucas gave Nathan the alarm clock, the girl started actively eating meals. Also, no need for her to bring food to the room. Struggling to call the girl to eat. Nathan, when young, still listened to 1 or 2 sentences from her. Coming down to eat together at the table. But growing up became harder to call. Also didn't dare force the girl. After that she started hoping. When the whole family of 3 could continue sitting at the dining table together. Now the wish fulfilled. Really must thank Lucas. Sophie sighed 1 sentence. Also planning to go downstairs. Corner of eye swept seeing bubble tea in the glass cabinet. Remembering daughter had previous record of storing food in cabinet for years until moldy and rotten. She was silent for a while. Looks like next. Must ask Lucas to fix this bad habit of the girl. After a few free days. I quickly became busy again. Busy helping with housework. Busy looking for internship. But many companies don't need interns not yet graduated. Students, so finding was somewhat difficult. Evening talking with Ryan. His side progressing smoothly. Like past life. He through his dad's connections. Found a small relaxed company to intern. Ryan said, if you were also in Cloud City, could ask my dad to squeeze you in. We'd be colleagues, how great. It's okay, still several months. Can slowly look, I'm not in a hurry. I'm alone here now. Evenings no one to eat late night snacks with. Bored to death. I heard. The restaurant we often go to added barbecue. Very delicious. Ryan missing the days at school with me. I desolately said, don't worry. Wait until June returning to school. See if I don't eat through your wallet. Deal. 2 people laughing, joking. Time passing day by day. Internship work I still hadn't found. Yet welcome New Year first. Streets in residential areas hanging lanterns. All hanging red festive lanterns. Lucas Sr. not highly educated. But writes beautifully. New Year's Eve day. He wrote 2 couplets. Pasting couplets at home and breakfast shop. For good luck. In the neighborhood many acquaintances called Lucas Sr. over. Asking him to write couplets for their homes. After done even gave him some fruits as thanks. Sarah Thompson watching. Husband busy non-stop. Said to son. Look how famous your dad is. More than when I was reading books back then. I always heard mom say she was class beauty queen before. Result went cheap for dad. I smiled. Immediately flattering. Mom in my heart always most famous. Even more than dad. Sarah Thompson indeed happy like flowers blooming. Even gave the prepared red envelope to me early. That evening storing bubble tea in display cabinet. Nathan received my message. Can't store bubble tea. Either drink it all and throw away cup. Or pour it out then throw in trash. Nathan startled. Blinking. How does Lucas know? Okay. But still obediently agreed. Though she didn't like drinking coconut milk. But to not waste bubble tea Lucas bought. Still chose to drink it all. This way bubble tea Lucas gave. Would forever be stored in her stomach. New Year's Eve night. Many shops closed early going home. To reunite. Similarly, Lucas family dining table also made over 10 dishes. Had dishes I liked. Also had big lobster Lucas Sr. liked eating. Rarely this sumptuous. And this sumptuousness mostly appeared on New Year and important days. Lucas Sr. looking at lobster drooling. If only could eat lobster every day. Seafood expensive. Eating every day wouldn't have enough money. Lucas Sr. also only New Year and birthdays could eat. He naturally knew. Just casually sighing, I continued joking. Wait until I work earning money. We'll buy lobster for dad every day. Also buy new clothes for mom. Then dad waiting for our Lucas to earn big money. Lucas Sr. happily. Social media developing fast. Everyone doing things. All like posting online. This New Year's Eve dinner matter. Sarah Thompson couldn't avoid. Had to take photos posting to friends first. Before letting us move chopsticks. Lucas Sr. watching criticized directly. Women so troublesome. Sarah Thompson hearing immediately glared at him. Lucas Sr. immediately obedient. Coughed once. Wife slowly take photos slowly. I beside hearing laughed, half-hour later. Sarah Thompson finally took satisfactory photos. Posted to friends. Also commanded us two to like for her. Father and son immediately took phones liking. Photos taken very professionally. Just looking at photos made people crave eating. I looked twice. Conveniently pressed share. Also posted to my own friends. After posting I put phone down focusing on eating. Other side Watson family also prepared big feast. Atmosphere though not lively like Lucas family. But anyway this year daughter. Could sit at table eating New Year dinner with them. Sophie already satisfied. Nathan didn't like talking. Sophie just talked with husband few sentences. Still had to always watch daughter's movements. After eating Nathan stood up going upstairs. Lucas posted to friends. Their family's food looks delicious. Eating, honey look. Behind came Sophie's voice. Halfway upstairs she stopped. Stiffly turning back to dining table. Friends, she stared at Sophie's phone. Sophie secretly smiled twice. Handing phone to her. Here for you to see. It only wrote one sentence. Finished New Year dinner. About to start watching gala with family. Photo was shared from Sarah Thompson's dinner photo. Short sentence. Nathan still stared for several minutes. She raised head looking at Sophie. Expression tinged with some urgency. What's wrong Nathan? Have something want to tell mom? Let's slowly talk. Sophie slowly guiding the girl. William Watson's gaze also looked over. Wanting to know what daughter would say. Her gaze avoiding. Pulling shirt corner remembering my words. What thinking in heart must say out. Others then know to help her. Expression struggling done. She opened mouth. Gala, watch. Lucas watching. I also want to watch. Okay. Sophie happily turned on TV. Waving calling the girl to sofa sitting. Nathan sat down. Then really seriously watching gala. What performing on TV didn't understand. But just thinking. Lucas also watching same content. Heart very happy. First day of New Year morning. Outside a burst of playful sounds. Many children ran over. Saying two sentences wishing prosperity. Asking for red envelopes. Many children in neighborhood. Everyone knew each other. This first day. Anyone seeing children gave one red envelope. Though not much. But also showing heart. Sarah Thompson last night also wrapped many red envelopes. Today meeting children all gave one. I groggily just waking up. Already heard living room ringing with children's voices. Saying all wishes come true. Probably someone came visiting. I scratched my head. Preparing to get up greeting guests. But before getting up, still had to do preparatory work. That was touching phone looking twice. Phone received over 10 messages. Opening to see all long strings of congratulations. Like group messages. I replied to these messages. One prosperity emoji. Then opened Ryan's message. Not like others stiff wishes. He sincere and genuine. Divided into over 10 short sentences sent over. Filling phone screen. Awake yet? Happy New Year. Wish you earn lots of money later. Then have red envelopes for good brothers okay? After reading I couldn't help laughing. Quickly sent a red envelope over. Ryan immediately. 3-4 happy emojis sent simultaneously. I replied with proud emoji. Then exited chat window. Opened Nathan's message. Especially brief. Didn't even send wishes. Just transfer. I wide-eyed counting. Again 200,000. I surprised swallowing saliva. Stunned half hour before moving fingers. Pressing return immediately. Nathan probably saw message. Phone immediately called. Voice seemed unhappy. Why doesn't Lucas accept red envelope? Did you not look carefully? Red envelope you gave too much. I originally still sleepy. Was awakened by this transfer. Clearly, not much. She seriously replied. Even quite complaining. Why daily transfer maximum? Only 200,000? So little. Giving red envelope showing heart is enough. $1 or $2 also fine. Who gives so much? Lucas likes big red envelopes. I touched. Started thinking what I did to leave impression of liking big red envelopes for her. Thought half day couldn't figure out. Anyway, red envelopes don't need so much. Understand? But want to give Lucas red envelope. Nathan's voice aggrieved. Then you send me small red envelope $5. Then I'll accept. Nathan nodded. Then sent another red envelope. Just pressed 5 felt too little must add. But adding too much. Lucas won't accept her red envelope. She frowned struggling long. Finally decided to add 20 cents. I looked at this 5.2 red envelope stunned for long. 520, is she implicitly expressing something? I accepted the red envelope. Then taught her several sentences. Don't give big red envelopes to others. Got her response. Then felt relieved. Said few more sentences to her. Then put phone down getting up washing face. Living room mom Sarah was talking with a lady. Beside also had an unfamiliar child. Hand holding one red envelope. I knew Mrs. Chen. Mrs. Chen used to live here. Relationship with mom very good. But 5-6 years ago son went outside. Bought house elsewhere. Whole family moved over to live. This small unit here long-term abandoned. No one living. This year returning hometown for New Year. Coincidentally this morning met Sarah Thompson in hallway. Brought grandchild over to sit and chat. Conveniently talking. Mrs. Chen seeing me smiled brightly. Is this Lucas? Many years no see. Growing more handsome. Indeed inherited mom's good genes. One sentence praising two people. Oh modest. Sarah Thompson happy couldn't close mouth. I also embarrassedly smiled. Heard Lucas is in college. Grandma giving you red envelope. At school must study well. I smiled saying. Thank you Mrs. Chen. Oh right. Before wasn't Nathan always following Lucas? Today why don't see the girl? Mrs. Chen puzzled. She lived here over 10 years. Nathan often came here. She also considered watching two children grow up. Naturally also knew her. Before moving I hadn't fought with Nathan. She's at home for New Year, didn't come, I said. Is that so? I before saw the girl obediently following behind you. Must be liking you, honestly speaking. Are you two dating now? No, my face awkward. Not? Such a pity. Then do you have girlfriend now? Mrs. Chen talking getting interested. Caught me asking many questions. Which school studying? How are grades? Planning when to find girlfriend? When getting married? I early experienced relatives urging marriage. Salary interrogation torture. Until near noon. Mrs. Chen going home preparing lunch. Topic finally ended. I lay long on sofa. Morning clearly did nothing. Yet felt body and mind exhausted. But I didn't expect this torture. Continued 4 straight days. Visiting maternal and paternal grandmothers. Parents' friends coming to visit. As long as someone saw me would ask these questions. Quickly 7 days New Year holiday passed. Everyone returning to work positions. My ears finally got peace. Internship also had progress. Received interview notice. Before interview I specially researched. Company named Brilliant Group. Large company doing foreign trade. I surprised told Ryan. Ryan used 2 words. Expressing his shock. Oh my god, brother awesome. Enter big company promotion raise become CEO. Directly reach life peak. This interview must go. Not that exaggerated. I helplessly laughed. But interview naturally planned to go. Next day 10 o'clock. I arrived at company on time. Participating in interview also over 10 people. Heart rising some tension. But interview nothing beyond talking about work. Working hours. Overtime requirements various types. Interview ended. I came out from interview room. Discovered. Phone many missed calls from Aunt Sophie. Before interview. I adjusted phone to silent put in pocket. I wiped clean palm sweat. Quickly called back. Aunt Sophie. I was just interviewing. Phone silent. What's wrong? Lucas, are you free recently? Sophie carefully asked. Afternoon I'm free. Then can you come see Nathan? This morning. House helper cleaning the girls' room. Accidentally made ceramic bear in display cabinet. Crack one line. The girl almost had episode. Now still uncomfortable. We don't know how to console. These words Sophie said, somewhat awkward. As a mother, daughter having conflict, she couldn't handle anything. Could only ask Lucas. Item appearing one crack. Perhaps in others' eyes nothing. But to Nathan, then could be. Big event causing her episode. Moreover, still item she stored in display cabinet. Especially treasured. I hearing immediately understood the seriousness. I'll come to Watson House right away. Nathan not speaking sitting on floor. Hugging ceramic bear in arms. Eyes staring at small crack on its ear. Face pale. She'd been like this 2-3 hours. If not absolutely necessary, Sophie wouldn't have called me. She sighed. Doorbell simultaneously rang. Sophie immediately went down opening door. Lucas, Nathan in room. She worried, I nodded. Footsteps hurried to room. Just entering saw her dazed soulless appearance. Eyes still reddish. I walked into room coming before her. Also no reaction. Not like before just seeing me. Eyes immediately brightened. Nathan, I gently called her. Waited a while seeing she didn't react. Again lifted her face calling several times. 2 minutes later. Her lashes fluttering. Gaze slowly raising. Finally returning from her unknown world. Lucas, her voice carrying some crying. Bear broken, her expression anxiously rubbing the crack. Worried and difficult to bear, following her hand looking down. Indeed had one not very clear crack. Broken, her finger. Rubbing harder and harder. Fingertip pressing pale. Breathing also getting more urgent. I didn't protect gift well. Lucas definitely angry. But I already locked gift carefully. All my fault. I know. Let's fix it, okay? I quickly grabbed her hand. Stopping her extreme behavior. Can fix? Her action stopped, red eyes looking at me. In hand carrying some hope. Leave it with me first. I'll take home fix then return to you, okay? I spread hand placing before her. Nathan looked at ceramic. Again looked at my palm, hesitating long. Before placing ceramic bear in my hand. Must fix well. I promise you. Good thing today I wore backpack going out. Just enough to hold ceramic. Seeing her keep looking at my backpack. I smiled patting her head. Head still hurt? She shook head. Mouth corners curving up an unnoticeable angle. Again seemed happy for being obedient. Headache endured not having episode. I listened to Lucas. Tried hard restraining not having episode. Otherwise Lucas will be angry. Never pay attention to me again. Our Nathan very good. I saw her proud. Couldn't help curving mouth corners. Very good, Nathan repeated several sentences. Staring at me expression happy. Sophie always adore watching daughter's situation. Seeing the girl recovered normal. Worry on face dissipated. Turning to happiness. Lucas really thank you, Nathan. The girl only listens to you. If not for you. Don't know when the girl would recover. Stone in her heart fell down. Entering room thanking me. An adult apologizing to younger person. How could I bear it? Aunt Sophie don't say that. I also hope Nathan gets well. If anything needs my help, can directly tell me. I'll definitely come. Sophie comfortingly smiled. I know our Lucas is a good child. Coming over already past 11 o'clock. After coaxing Nathan done. Time early past 12 o'clock. Sophie looked. Girl's lunchtime still over 40 minutes. Afraid the girl missing mealtime having episode. Quickly reminded. Nathan, do you need lunch? Mom already made food. Quickly go down eat. Nathan turned looking. Hour hand of alarm clock. Already in red zone. Eating could go most of the way. Expression panicked. Immediately worriedly left room. Sophie shook head smiling lightly. Gently said to me. Lucas? Probably haven't had lunch? Let's go down eat together. I indeed hungry. Seeing Aunt Sophie so enthusiastic. Also embarrassed to refuse. Then nodded. This path downstairs. Sophie told me about this morning. Nathan's room rarely let people enter. House helper. Also only half month entering girl's room cleaning once. Also just sweeping floor. Things in room all couldn't touch. Today happened to be cleaning day. While the girl downstairs eating breakfast. Helper entered sweeping. Opening window a bug flew in from outside. Helper startled. While dodging, accidentally bumped display cabinet. Other things still fine. Just made ceramic bear crack one line. Helper afraid of punishment. Didn't dare speak about this. But Nathan, every day staring at gifts in cabinet several hours. Quickly discovered this crack. Hugging ceramic agitated shouting loudly. Eyes all red. Just when Sophie thought the girl having episode. Suddenly became silent. Sitting dry on floor. Not saying anything. No matter how called, no reaction. 2. Worried couldn't help calling me several times. Autism patients. To surrounding things all very sensitive. Any difference stimulates them. Moreover, that ceramic was her collection. Talking to people arrived at dining table. Nathan already focused seriously eating. I pulled chair sitting beside her. Her eyes moved, turning head looking at me few seconds. Mouth corners blooming faint smile. While eating Sophie talked with me few sentences. Just heard you were interviewing. Looking for work? Or should I tell Uncle Watson? Arrange a position for you? Thank you Aunt Sophie. But I already found work. I politely declined. Actually finding this internship. If I asked Aunt Sophie. Definitely easy. Also finding me position with good salary benefits. But I didn't want. I helped Nathan. Not to profit for myself. But sincerely hope she recovers. With my personality. Sophie knew the child wouldn't agree. Child like his parents. All don't like receiving things without working. Anyway matters. Involving money will change flavor. Sophie also didn't force. Okay. But if you need my help. Just say, thank you Aunt Sophie. I will, I said. Lunch finished eating. Sophie got free. Then found helper to handle this morning's mistake. Living room. Only me and Nathan always looking at me. Keep looking not tired? I asked her. Nathan shook head. Bottom shifting. Sitting closer to me. Miss Lucas. Long time no see. From last time taking her to square painting ceramic until now. Already half month no meeting. New Year busy dealing with relatives. After New Year started preparing interview. I thought thinking also indeed long no meeting. I've been especially busy recently. So no time to find you to play, sorry. It's okay, Lucas. Lucas lots of work. Nathan knew he had many things to do. Can't follow him. Otherwise Lucas will be angry. Angry won't pay attention to me. Though they made up several months. But with 3 years of severed relationship. Still very afraid. Thinking about it uncomfortable. I smiled lightly, didn't expect she also knew to be understanding. And you? Do you do anything else at home? At home Miss Lucas, dazing. Her voice very slow. Word by word speaking. I was about to ask what other activities she had. She paused adding one sentence. Exercise. I blinked. Confirming I didn't hear wrong. Expression immediately surprised. Exercise what? Why suddenly want to exercise? Must know she rarely willing to move. Likes sinking in own world. Suddenly hearing her say exercise. How not surprising. After half hour. Slow network in Nathan's head. Only then started answering. Running. Lucas said must exercise. I said, when did I say? How don't I know?